Oh, yeah.
Now we're live.
We're live.
Right now, we're live.
Welcome to the Oh Yeah podcast.
Mm-hmm.
This is us live streaming.
If you're just joining us,
We're all here. Oh, somebody's echoing already. I love it.
sorry, guys. That's my fault.
All right. So we're here. We are live. Hello.
Hello, little gentlemen.
It is the three of us. It was weird because it freaked me out because we were in the green room waiting to come on, and people started commenting, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was just talking about, my itchy downstairs tenants.
Oh,
and and I'm like, did that go out live?
You got to evict those people.
Yeah.
I'm like, did that go up live? Because then people started leaving comments already on like YouTube, like this one right here. Shut up, you.
Shut up, you.
Yeah.
Quiet, yo.
I know, Booster G. Yeah.
Why did this show up? I got confused.
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you now?
I hope it's okay. I'm going to draw during this stream. Hello there, Mr. Bixby.
Hello there.
I'm going to draw this time because I'm not camera ready today.
Kevin, I think I met Kevin at the.
Yeah, you met him.
He's been at Kevin, yes.
He's been at Cidos.
Hello there. Yeah, it's true. Yes, Kevin. Yes, we met. He said that he's watched my videos, the
that's right,
videos with his son.
Mm-hmm.
We got an oh yeah, man. Oh, it's Wayne. Wayne says oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, Wayne.
Oh yeah.
It's cool. Oh yeah.
I can't even see his picture, so I don't even know what's happening. So apparently, Johnny corralled all of us together.
Yeah.
Said we were gonna do streaming, and I believe he's asleep right now.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
I've texted him a bunch of times, and he's not responding.
Johnny's asleep.
He's asleep.
He's asleep.
He broke the record and fell asleep before the pod this time instead of on it. He's like, I'm going to sleep before. They're not going to catch me this time.
So this is live and interactive, and I believe we're on Facebook and YouTube at the same time right now.
Yeah.
If you're out there, you can leave messages, and we can pop them up on the screen. Like Jason May says, "Hello there."
Hello there.
Up there. Yeah. So he says, "Hello there." So
hello there, Jason.
I like
May.
Jason May.
Yeah.
It always starts. It's his name is always the beginning of a sentence. That's what I like.
He's doing a YouTube streaming deal too. I've seen on Wednesdays, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah. I did see that.
Jason May Draw.
Mm-hmm.
There's a plug for you.
Oh yeah, plug.
Yeah, plug it.
I'm drawing Gilbert now.
It's not here to.
This feels like my famous cartoonist draws things.
True. Johnny does hate us.
Johnny hates you guys. Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he
hate us? Why does he hate us?
Why does he hate us? I don't know. I'm trying to pick something exciting to draw, but something that I could draw and not have to think too much. This is Mathilda drawing. She's growing very, very large. She's large.
Do you realize?
Mm-hmm.
You would be yelling at us right now because there was 2 seconds of silence right there, and.
Well, we had good pod before we went on, but it was getting to after dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of swearing on, which is why we didn't.
But the bottom line is, I miss my friend Jurassic Ernie. That's all it is.
I think you can tell that one on the air about Jurassic Ernie.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Ernie, man. He's you should find him on Facebook. His name is Ernie Souter. Just friend. Just tell him I sent you. But he had the sweetest mullet of all time. If there was ever a mullet challenge, he would have won every contest. And he had a mullet that was so clean and crisp. It went from the top of his head like mullets do. So spiky on top too. And he snappy shirts go. Oh yeah.
Thank you very much.
But his mullet was so smooth and supermodel-y, and it went all the way down his back. It curled on the bottom, and it was so long that he could tuck his mullet into his pants pocket with his wallet if he wanted to. but he would let it grow, and he would sport that thing and represent it. It was so beautiful. And then one day he showed up at my apartment without it. He shaved it off, and we didn't know what he did. Why is the sudden change? Of course, it was 97, so I get it. But then henceforth, Jurassic Ernie was born. Because instead of calling him Retro Ernie or Vintage Ernie, we just call him Jurassic. Because he's from the Jurassic period now. Yeah. That's how Jurassic Ernie got his name.
I like that because the first time you described him to me, you said you look at his profile and he would look like a dinosaur.
Yeah, like a T-Rex. Yeah, like Godzilla almost. I remember drawing him. I'm going to draw Jurassic Ernie for you right here.
Yes.
He looked like this. I'm going to draw his profile. Here, I'm going to draw a thicker line so you can see it better. He looked like this. Here's his face. All right. Here's his body. He's real thin, man. He's real thin. His T-shirts. He was real cool. He was one of my best friends.
Right,
I haven't seen him in years.
You look like Skoke right now.
Yeah, he looks a lot like Skoke. Like he could be his brother.
What an honor.
Yeah, but he was tall, so I'll make him a little taller. So he looked like this a little bit. That's how he looks. But here's what his hair looked like on top. Like that. And of course, you have his ear. I'm gonna forward this to him when I'm done. But his hair went out like this. But here, I'm gonna make this a little bit. I could still do it. I want to bring this in for effect. I'm gonna bring this in because his arm needs to be closer so you can see the mullet. I'm gonna bring that in. Watch. Here's Jurassic Ernie's mullet. I'm not lying to you. That's what it looked like. This is what his mullet looked like. I'm not lying to you guys. And that was Jurassic Ernie.
Why was it that long?
It was because here's his wallet. It was his wallet sticking out right there. It was underneath his wallet. Yeah, that's Jurassic Ernie. Jurassic. Yeah.
But if he's walking at you, you'd never know. It's there.
Oh, hey, it's Johnny.
There he is.
Sorry, boys.
Oh, yeah,
Welcome.
man.
If you're just joining us.
Hello, Johnny.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Oh yeah, man. You doing all right, Johnny? Where you go? Okay?
Yeah, I was. I slipped into vampire mode and I had to sleep. Bleh.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
So-
that's good. Vampire mode is good. It's Wayne.
You look good, Johnny. You got some good lighting there.
Oh, that's.
Oh, he's watching Wayne is watching Breaking Bad for the
First
first
time,
time.
Wayne? Oh, come on.
Almost done.
Artie,
For 15
Yeah.
years.
I was speaking to a cast member of Better Call Saul today.
Oh yeah.
My
Is it a
dear
secret
friend
cast?
Julianne Emery.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
She played in the first season. She's Betty.
Betty.
Barbara.
Barbara?
Barbara?
Something like that.
I don't know. Betty?
I'm going to look her up on IMDb and I'll tell you what part she played.
Does she play the receptionist for Saul?
I have to confess I have not been watching. I know.
Betty?
Don't hate me.
Barbara?
Don't shun me.
Barbara?
Look at that. Real big jug.
Betty?
Jug is back.
The jug.
Real big.
Swig for the working man.
You're like Briscoe Darling on Andy and on Mayberry and stuff, the hillbilly father that played the jug for the band.
Swig. Swig for the working man, yeah.
Exactly.
Swig for
All right,
the
I got to
working
find
man.
Julie for you. She is like in every great streaming show and basic cable show. She was on the first season of Fargo. She's going to be on the new season of Bosch on Amazon Prime.
Mm.
And she did Catch 22 with your boyfriend, Artie, George Clooney.
Oh, yeah.
She's famous. Why is she talking to you?
I know. No kidding.
That's
I knew
crazy.
her when she was nobody. And
She was a little girl.
when she was a little girl. When we were all in New York for Comic-Con, not the year when Jimmy the Muscle floated the sulfur biscuit, a different year.
I remember that year. Remember that year? Jurassic Muscle. Yeah.
Oh man, where it was all the windows were like completely like sealed shut.
Rattled.
We were trapped with the sulfur biscuit right
They
in front
were
of us.
rattled.
But yeah, and she was at a dinner party that I was at, and I had a Star Trek poster, and it was of Kirk and Spock, and when Spock died, and she answered the door, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's the saddest scene ever from Star Trek," and she's lovely, and I'm just like, "Hi, I'm John," Who are you?
Oh, I remember this. I remember this tale. What's
She's
the lady's name?
Julianne Emery. She's in. She was in Hitch with Eva Mendes and Will Smith. She played Eva Mendes's best friend, and she's amazing. So I'm sorry, I'll find her character's name. But
she was.
Was she the receptionist?
No, she's the lady they had to go. She stole the money with her husband.
Yeah, probably.
I forgot their name.
She is the lady, and she's great. No, she's been in, like I said, she's been in so many cool shows, and God, we had such a cool conversation, and then I fell asleep, so I got it out of the way. So you can't make fun of me this week, jerk.
No, you did. Yeah, that's what we were just saying. That we already did, Johnny.
Exactly. Johnny's asleep.
Johnny's gonna beat us. He's gonna fall asleep on the pod because he's already sleeping before the pod.
It's true.
Yeah.
Sad but true, man.
I forgot what it. I'm gonna look up the.
Yeah, you're probably going to do better than me because I'm obviously struggling.
I forgot what her name was on the pod.
Julie Ann Emery, Barbara.
But I remember. I'm trying to remember what character she played. I know what she did, but her name I forgot. Of the character.
Betsy.
Something Meyer. Something. Getter.
Betsy Kettleman.
Yeah, Kettleman. Yeah, Kettleman. Yeah, the Kettlemans. They ripped off the.
There you go.
Her husband was It was a real good episode. She was on the first 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, she keeps getting these. She's like, really like the British actress Olivia Colman.
Hello.
Exactly. That, like, she was in The Crown. She was Elizabeth. Hello. I'm middle-aged Elizabeth. Yes. Hello.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello, Nancy. Look at my terrible hair, man. I got like breakfast. I got bedhead.
Oh, you look good.
Real bad. Real freaky.
Breakfast head.
That's why I'm not camera worthy today. I
understand.
got all kinds of
yes
stuff going on. Yes. Yeah. It's all right though.
Pot kettle head.
Yes.
Yeah, you should watch Saul, Johnny. It's good.
I keep meaning to, man. I know everybody's in it that I love. Of course, Odenkirk and what's Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy.
Hello. Yeah, hello, Levan.
Hello, Levan.
Yeah, he's in there.
Say, Levan.
I remember when I was on the couch for 8 years with children, and we would watch Oswald the octopus, and his best friend on the show was a penguin, and it was voiced by Squiggy. And then one time the penguin's cousin came into town, and it was voiced by Lenny. And when they were saying, and they got together, they both said that when hello, cousin, hello. And then when they went to Oswald, hello, Oswald, hello, Oswald. So
that's awesome.
It was Lenny and Squiggy's voices. And I was laughing with my kids, and they were just looking, yeah, it's good, isn't it, Dad? Like, oh, man, it was so funny.
Yeah, he's the penguin, right? Hello.
Yeah, Squiggy's the penguin. I forget their names now. And then his cousin came to town. Oh, I forget the penguin's name.
Oh, okay. Because, the actor's Michael
McKean.
Michael McKean, thank you.
And then
he's married to Martha.
Martha, is he?
Martha Kent. He's married to, red hair, beautiful.
Is he?
Annette O'Toole.
Thank you. Very good. Oh. I'm so groggy. What's your name again?
Annette O'Toole.
She was Martha. How are you guys?
She was Martha in Smallville's.
Yes.
I didn't know that was his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I like him even more now.
Ladies and gentlemen, special guest.
Oh, wow. Look who came.
Yeah, there he is.
What's he dressed for?
Tremendous.
Are you going to crack a safe later? What the hell are you doing?
I can't hear you guys.
I
can't hear anything.
Hello, Scoot.
I'm going to have to leave and come back.
Don't worry.
We didn't know you weren't even. We didn't know you had left. What are you talking about?
I can't hear you, Johnny. There's no sound. I'll be right back.
Don't worry about
it. I'll be right back.
You going to reboot?
Why are you dressed like the Unabomber tonight?
Exactly. It's not going to blow up a school in 5 minutes. You don't mind if I come on, do you? No, not at all.
It was our special guest, Scoot. It was good to have him back for a little bit.
Back to Lenny and Squiggy. Didn't Squiggy have some sort of degenerative disease or something like that?
Yeah, he did. Brad is right though. They had an album, Lenny and the Squig Tones.
Oh, cool.
But he did. It's sad, and that's probably why he was doing a lot of voiceover stuff later. But remember, he's the play-by-play guy in A League of Their Own. Oh, doctor.
That's right. He was.
Is he no longer with us?
That's a very good question. I'm not certain because he really was he had MS or something. He was in really bad shape.
I must know. Yeah, immediately.
I need the Hulk to start typing.
I used to. Really.
There it is. There it is.
He's alive.
Is he good?
He's 72. His name is David Lander. David L. Lander. And he's 72, and he lives in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, that's cool. He and
right.
Michael McKean were in a sketch comedy group. They were either in the Committee. I think it's either the Committee or the Credibility Gap, which were big comedy sketch groups that would, perform both on TV and radio. Good stuff. Good stuff. Would you please welcome Lenny and Squiggy?
Hello, man.
Hello, man.
Seriously, my stepmother used to make me like, do your Squiggy voice. I'm like, how about Squiggy this? Back off, lady.
Squiggy this, lady.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, back for a return engagement.
And right before he blows up the school, here he is. Scoop.
There's the hand.
Scoop McMahon.
There he is.
Peace.
Hello, Scoop. Hello.
He's alive.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Feels like it's 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Is it?
What time is it?
I don't know.
Are you coming from your bunker? Are you going to read us a manifesto or anything like that, Scoot?
I can. Yeah,
Well,
I just
you're
had to
advanced.
tuck Oliver in for bed.
You look like a guy who has a newborn because you look great.
That's the thing. Everything's blending together.
A newborn in quarantine. There's no break.
Yeah. There isn't. Yeah. She was upset, and then he was upset. So.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
That's cool.
You want to tell Chris to ignore the lady and everybody else, right?
I see that lady.
Yeah.
Inside stuff.
I don't know what he's talking. I have this Andre the Giant Coke over here. I call it that because it's one of those mini ones. My hand looks like Andre the Giant holding it.
Oh, I understand.
It does. Looks
I got my giant
huge.
cup and it's empty.
That's your pee cup.
It is my pee cup. I had a sample in there earlier.
Cheers.
I have this. I have my hospital mug still.
Nice.
You still haven't emptied the last time we were on? And there's
This one?
jug.
Oh, the jug? It's good.
That
There
is
used
some
to be
good.
this guy, he would be
jug
on Howard Stern a lot, called Riley Martin. He claimed he was abducted by aliens, and he had his own podcast, and he would pee in a jug during the podcast because he didn't want to get up. And then he started selling the pee jugs on his website so you could buy them.
Were they empty?
Let's hope so.
It's
Did
just
they
an
have,
empty
have
jug,
samples?
Oh, sick.
Junior
Yes,
samples.
this is from last April. This is
Ew.
from last August.
You guys could do that, but write Tex Avery on it and sell it.
Yeah, probably.
Tex Avery mugs.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
My
Tex Avery would have to get a portion of it, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually called it that. You're right.
donated to charity.
The estate. Tex Avery Estate.
My roommate bought a alien fetus in a jar once.
That's cool.
And we had this thing.
Was it Jurassic Ernie? Who was
Yeah,
it?
it was during that time. Yeah, Jurassic Ernie would come over all the time. But we also had a Scooter Pie. We have another friend named Scooter Pie. But my friend came home with this jar. It was filled with red liquid. And I'm like, what is that? And he says, my alien fetus. And then when you move it, you see the thing floating in there. It was cool. And we left it on their dining room table. It was up there for a few years. Yeah, people come over. What is that? Alien fetus? Oh, okay.
In a jar.
Did he ever say where he got it, or was it just some guy saying, "Come back here, let me show you something"?
I don't know where he got it. He
What
just
are you
came home
doing?
with it. I just accepted it as a roommate, and they're like, okay. It's alien. It never hatched though. It was in
that's good news.
formaldehyde. Yeah.
Exactly. One day you come in the room and like the jar's cracked and it's empty and all the water's all over the uh-oh.
Like, there's footprints lead into my closet.
Yeah.
It's free. It's on the loose.
It's for free, son of Jarrell. There's probably General Zod in there.
I was freed from the Phantom Zone, Krypton.
From sarcophagus.
I like it.
You're not going to keep me down, Baltazar. That's what it said. And he got out of there. I used to have this. This is a true story. I used to have. We lived in apartments, and there was a guy across the hall. Was the old guy. He was like 90-year-old old guy, and it was real hot in his apartment. He stunk. He's a nasty old man. But he was. I think the landlord designated him as the apartment manager. There was 4 apartments, so he would have keys to everybody's place. He would have all the access. And he'd bring you your mail. But one day I found a note on my kitchen table when I came home. There was a note saying something. Oh, the washing machine's broken. And at first I thought, okay, I guess my roommate Bob wrote that. And then I found out that, hey, I saw the thing's broken. And then I figured out, like, he didn't write the note. I go, who wrote the note? And I forgot. The guy across the hallway's name was Steve. I remember Steve. So I would come home and have notes. And I guess we didn't respond to this guy. So one day I came home and it was a note on my pillow in my bed.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the heck, man?
Yeah.
And so I knocked on his door and then I said, what did you do? And as you came in and then I got so mad at the guy that I told him that if he comes in my house again, I'm going to kick him down the stairs because we live on the second floor. But so I called my buddy Raisky to come in. And we changed all the locks. We had a front door, a back door. We changed the locks. And as Raisky was changing the locks of our apartment, I was looking through the peephole. And Steve was out there looking, these stupid kids are, what they doing? So it was really funny. But one day, I would go out. I was a vampire then too. So I would leave the house at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, go get Harold's chicken, come back and stuff. But I saw up from the parking lot that his light was on. His light in his apartment was on for days, for like a week.
Oh, please tell me, please tell me you broke into his apartment.
Kinda, but so I looked. So this guy, I hated the guy, but like, I went upstairs and just listening to my ear to the door, but I could feel the stench coming through the cracks of the door. I'm like, it smelled awful in this place. It was nasty. I'm like, oh my God, I bet the guy died in there. So I called the police and then I called the police and said, my neighbor's light has been on for about a week and a half and it's on all the time. And he's like 90 years old and it's like 100 degrees in there. And it is his stench and seeping into the hallway. And I think he's dead. And they said, okay, we'll send the police. And then they said, can you call the landlord? So I called her at 3 a.m. I forget her name was Emma or something, but I know her name because we used to say, did you call Emma today? Because the way she would talk, oh, my arthritis. She would talk like, so we would call her Emma. Emma's coming to get the rent. Oh, I hope I'm awake, So we would talk like that. So anyway, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, all the cops are in my hallway. There's a locksmith, because Emma called the locksmith. There's a locksmith. There's like 3 cops. There's a landlord, and me and Bob with our cups of coffee watching.
Was he dead?
Like, no, they opened it up. He wasn't in there. But the stench seeped. Now everything smelled because our apartment door was open. It's right across the hall. And he wasn't in there. Nobody knew what happened to the guy. The guy's gone. So he left the house, but left all the lights on. And then it turned out that he had one of these big sister, big brother programs where he would
mentor.
Like a college kid came and took him somewhere. I don't know where they took him. So that's what it was. We tracked him down. And then after all of this stuff, my landlord thanked me for almost saving Steve's life. The guy was going to kick in the chest and knock down the stairs. So like 2 weeks before that. So there
Did you
go.
leave a note saying we checked on you?
I should have.
All that was left was the stench.
It was nasty in there, though, man. I needed a mask. I needed gloves.
In here. We thought you died, but you weren't here.
Yeah.
That reminds me of South Park when I forget which kid was. I think it was Stan describing his grandfather, and he goes, "Ew, he smells like vitamins and pee."
Yeah.
On the Simpsons, when was it Ralphie's grandmother? Like when they eat tobacco. The tomato and
off the stage, Ralphie.
Tobacco.
Yeah.
When they eat the tomato mixed with tobacco and they call it tobacco, and it says, "This smells like grandma."
That's right.
Yeah.
It does smell like grandma. But it was addictive because it was tobacco. And it's like, I want more. Yeah, I'll take a pack or a bushel, whatever you got. Yep. I've been watching Hank Azaria, who, of course, played Chief Wiggum.
Yeah. Brockmire.
Yes, indeed. Great show. I love that show. He's in charge of baseball.
That's right. He's a commissioner, right?
Yeah, it's 2031, and they're trying to revive baseball before it totally dies out. And so they make Brockmire the commissioner. Oh, that's the premise. You haven't missed anything.
I'm on the old one. You spoiled it. You gave it away.
Yeah, I know.
Wasn't that a show before? Because I remember hearing that name.
Yeah,
is it a reboot?
It's like the 3rd season or 4th season. I forget which.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Amanda Peet is on that show, and I have a
Yes,
real
she
big
is.
crush on her.
So do I.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go
there's-
Christina Ricci on her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's anyone called Pete Amanda. You know?
I think there is.
Probably.
Shut up, Balthazar.
Amanda.
Don't you have stuff to draw?
Mona.
Mona.
Exactly.
Jonathan.
Amanda. Amanda, hug and kiss. What?
That's right.
Listen, kid.
Ilana
Call
Tinkle.
here again. I'm gonna rip your throat out. I must have a throat.
I always love when Bart laughs at those things because he's got that crazy laugh. He's like,
My favorite ones were like, listen, kid, I'm going to rip out your tongue and paint my boat with it.
I'm gonna shove hot sausage up your butt and stick a pack of wild dogs down your throat.
or I like when he was dating with the girl and he goes, I'm going to buy you a steak the size of a toilet seat.
Yeah. And I like when Mo took out Marge on a date. He goes, "Well, we'll go on a date, Marge, just as friends, nothing sexual, unless that's what you want." That's what he said.
How you doing, Midge? Exactly.
Midge.
Hiya, Midge.
Unless that's what you want. That's what he said.
I don't know what this means. Art Screen reminds me of an old episode of Cartoon Town. BJ. Oh, easy there.
BJ Dirty Dragon.
Yeah, it's a Chicago reference.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
He was a big inspiration.
Bill Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
children's host and cartoonist.
Yeah.
Oh, I
and
thought he was getting all dirty. I didn't know what that
it
was.
sounds like a porn. BJ Dirty Dragon. Show.
Right, dirty. Yeah, how much for a dirty dragon?
Yeah. BJ
Can't
Dirty
afford that. I'll
Dragon.
take a Cleveland steamer instead.
Okay, which one does the,
I don't
Which
know
one?
what you're talking about.
which one does the Dirty Dragon? Oh, that'd be me.
Never
And
heard
it's
of
like when I saw the old cartoon shows they're on YouTube clips.
Yes.
And I showed my kids. I'm like, oh, check out, this is what I used to watch when I was like 3 and 4 or 5 years old.
And
And,
they look at you and say, why?
and they're like looking at it, and they're like, well, it's real hurting. Like the quality's bad, but it's hurting anyway. But you know, when we watch real people do stuff
Right.
for real,
Yeah.
and they wore different bright color suits, and my kid said, "Dad, that's the way you dress. That's how you look now." Like,
That's true.
You're right. I do, because he wears a coat and a hat and
He had a
an
derby.
outfit. Yeah, he had a
And
derby.
and he
Yeah,
had big 70s mutton chop sideburns.
yeah.
Bill
So
Jackson.
I realized he had an influence on me, subconsciously. I guess I just always thought that's how you're supposed to look when you're a cartoonist,
Yeah.
because he was the cartoonist on there, and
Yeah,
he
it
would
was
draw in
called-
clouds.
It was called Cartoon Town, and he was the mayor of Cartoon Town.
Yeah,
And it was all these different puppets that he built himself and he would voice.
yeah,
And Dirty Dragon was I remember because he was also, this is a great title. There was a follow-up show called Giggle Snort Hotel.
yeah. Giggle Snort Hotel. Yeah,
And Dirty Dragon was the janitor.
yeah. He lived in the furnace room.
Exactly. And because he was a dragon, he kept the furnace going with his fire breath.
Yeah, and that became a.
Now, let me ask, did Dirty Dragon, did he break into the other people's apartments and leave notes? Did
He
do
might
that?
have, if he was in charge. Yeah, he probably had keys.
On
The
the
show
pillow.
the show was so popular, they moved it to like a theater space because at first it was just like a regular TV set, but at the end it was the BJ and Dirty Dragon like live show, and they had a live audience. It was shot at the Hancock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a Chicago thing. Yeah, and it went on. It turned into Giggle Snort once they have network TV, because it was a local thing.
And they
Local Chicago.
and they made that's when all the parent groups came in and like, oh no, cartoons should be educational.
Yeah.
And he spoke at the Museum of Broadcasting here in Chicago, and he's like, we were just here to make kids laugh. And he goes,
Yeah.
I didn't want to teach them a lesson. They got lessons 8 hours a day at school,
Yeah,
Francis. And
that's right.
Well, I didn't have anything to do with the show.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying.
It was a good. It was a good show. It's
It was
like
a really
one of the
good
best
show.
shows ever.
He used to, and then you'd send in your initials, and he would draw a cartoon around your initials and draw like a quick sketch. He was really good, very talented.
Yeah. Yeah,
Why was
cool.
he called Dirty? Dirty Dragon. What was dirty? Was he
He
just dirty?
He was a dragon.
Yeah.
And he was in the Dirty Dragon. Lived in I forgot what he had. In the original show, they were more like train cars or something. They just
Yeah,
had
they were like
houses.
townspeople. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, because
Yeah.
there was Mother Plumtree was like the old lady,
yeah,
and there was the professor, and he was in her boarding house. Hello, Pearl, and then Weird, and there was a guy. Hey, Wally, and Wally Good Scout. They
Yeah.
were buddies,
I'm gonna bring it up.
and of course the hillbillies were Maynard Thumbtwanger and his sister, and Pearl.
What was
I
his
believe.
name? Maynard Thumbtwanger?
Maynard Thumbtwanger. He was a country singer, like Bird of some sort.
Can I get a
Yeah.
Dirty Dragon? No, we're all out of those. We'll give you a Thumbtwanger.
Yeah, we'll give you a Maynard Thumbtwanger on the side there. Hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
After hearing these stories, I feel like Skoke and I grew up in a better time with better cartoons.
Oh, no,
better
man. These
programs.
guys-
These
Don't
were-
look
these
at
were
me.
better.
I didn't know any of these things.
Well, what were your kids shows when you guys were kids? And we should ask the audience, what were your kids shows? When
No, more important than the kids' shows, as Skoke will tell you, is the bumpers between the shows. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah, the Saturday morning stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Svengoolie was an afternoon
There he
TV
is.
host. Yeah, there you go. There they are.
That's BJ.
And Dirty Dragon.
I gotta find those are
Oh,
the,
no. Is that? Oh, it's the
those are-
professor and Mother Plumtree.
yeah. I
How you
gotta
doing,
find Dirty
everybody?
Dragon.
The guy on the left, is he Dirty Dragon, the puppet?
That's the professor. Or,
No.
yeah. The guy on the right is BJ within the suit.
I
With
gotta
the-
find a
okay.
colored
Derby.
picture. Here's
The human guy is BJ?
He's BJ.
yeah,
Okay.
BJ.
Bill Jackson.
Bill Jackson, yeah, BJ Thomas.
Yep. BJ
But I
Thomas.
Yeah.
Hooked on a Feeling. The original
Yeah.
one, not Ooga Chucka.
But here's the dragon, but he's in black and white. But this is what he looks like. I'm gonna show him to you. That's the dragon right there.
Yeah.
He's filthy.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
See
dirty.
the snout?
He's
But this-
filthy.
It was a puppet show. Yeah.
Smoke used to come out of his nose.
Yeah. And it would
That guy
get
was-
really smoky.
That guy was real well dressed.
Yeah, he
And
was
then-
cool.
They got involved with a public service message for "Don't Tailgate," and it was Dirty Dragon, and he would say "Fie" like fire,
Yeah.
"Fie" on tailgaters. Remember
Mhm.
that? Yeah.
And every time he ended the conversation with Dirty Dragon, he would yell, "Rah!" and it'd smoke up the whole place.
Yep. And then also there was you should really find the video of. We should put it in the chat afterwards. There was the Blob, and the Blob was a lump of clay on a pedestal, like a Roman column. And BJ would manipulate the clay, and he would put cartoon eyes on the clay's where the eyes should be,
Yeah.
a cartoon mouth, and they just had these weird noises that the Blob would make as he was manipulating the clay.
Yeah, there he is.
Ah,
He's a little
there you
blurry,
go.
but that's
Look at him. There's the Blob.
the
Blob. Exactly. Right.
Yeah. Here's a picture of Dirty Dragon.
With the Blob.
There's Dirty
Basically-
Dragon on the Giggle Snort Hotel, because on the Giggle Snort Hotel he was the maintenance guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, that's
geez.
him. Yeah,
Yep.
that's him right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
And then
how,
and the other thing, he had a top hat because he was the mail. He could deliver mail or something.
Is he
Yeah, I don't
wearing
remember.
overalls? He's wearing overalls. I
Yeah.
think,
It was a
Dragon.
puppet show. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
It was
That was
cool.
great.
So
And then they did they did a couple serials Cliffhanger Adventures, and there was one called Blast Off to Mars, and Weird and Wally went to Mars, and Weird fell in love with a Martian, and her name was Fufu. Hello, Fufu. And also, and every time he'd see Fufu, he'd get real he'd have a big crush on her, and he couldn't talk, and he'd be like, "Oh golly," and she'd go, "Oh hello, oh golly, nice to meet you, oh golly."
Hello. Yeah, and that's BJ with the red suit, and there's Dirty Dragon here.
Yep,
That's a dragon.
it's a big deal, man. Big
Yeah, it
deal.
was cool. There's Dirty
yeah, it was
Dragon.
real
Right
big. I never heard of it.
there.
Well, of course not. It's local Chicago.
Oh, it was
TV.
Chicago. Yeah. There's BJ Thomas.
Yeah, it was back. It was back when we all had independent shows. I was going to say, what New York cartoon show did you grow up with?
BJ
Francis.
and Dirty Dragon.
Saturday mornings, right there on MeTV. Oh
Me
wow!
too.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of them because I had to go to work. John.
Oh,
Some of them
when you were
at work.
4
Yeah,
years
exactly.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Bob Cratchit. Exactly.
Yeah, I saw these when I was like 5, 6. I was little.
Yeah.
4 years old.
We would watch Wonderama. That was a show.
Mhm.
That's right. With Sonny Fox.
Bob McAllister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know any other shows except for
Wonder
that.
Woman.
We'd watch reruns of Sanford and Son, stuff like that.
You big dummy.
Yeah.
We had Zubilee Zoo too. Scoot, do you remember that?
Zubilee
Zoo.
I
Now,
remember
was
the
that
news,
local Chicago.
news the review.
I don't know.
I remember the news review as well.
They were all like anthropomorphic creatures. Like it was a human, but he was also a fox, and he wore a suit. And there was a lion, and Ben Vereen was in there.
Ben
Vereen. Awesome.
Yeah,
I
he was
remember
like-
when Ben Vereen was in 10 Speed and Brown Shoe. I remember that.
With Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
I mean.
Goldblum.
yeah.
Ten Speed.
Yes.
I have not seen that show.
It was a good show. It was a funny cop show. 10
Yeah,
Speed and Brown
the
Shoe.
cartoon shows we would watch as kids. I remember watching Fat Albert and the Super Friends. Super Friends.
Super friend. Someone trying to kill Super friend.
I did a superhero quiz last night, and I had everyone answer. I should ask you guys some of these questions.
How come you never quiz us? You're always
Well, we
real comic book people.
We keep potting on the fly, and Jimmy Dunn wants to, be the quizmaster and do that. But we keep potting on the fly. We got to plan for a day so that we can let Jimmy ask us questions. Everybody,
This is what Cartoon Town looked like. It was just the stage, and he had a desk here, and there's 30 Dragons post office.
Yep.
And then there's the Maynards or whatever they were called here.
Is that the Birds?
They had the old couple.
Oh,
That's what it looked like.
That's Mother Plumtree's boarding house with the professor.
Oh yeah. So this is what it was. It was just a box. All the houses were like that.
Yeah.
He would have his desk.
Well, puppet stages.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would make Dirty Dragon give me mail with his gloves on. Dirty Dragon.
Everything smells like smoke.
And then they had a bad guy, the lemon joke kid, that would tell really bad jokes from what did the little Smoke say to the Big Smoke or whatever the hell those jokes were, riddles.
Scope.
Dad jokes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did James Taylor have something to do with Zubilee Zoo?
James Taylor.
I'm gonna go with
I hope so.
How you doing? I'm gonna sing a song about Zubilee Zoo.
Do me wrong.
He went from Apple Records to Zubilee Zoo. I think that's what he did.
I'm taking heroin, singing about Zubilee Zoo.
The big thing in our house was Nickelodeon growing up as little kid.
Yeah.
We had You Can't Do That on Television, Bella and Sebastian, Today's Special, all those shows.
Oh yeah.
Bella and Sebastian. That's the pop group.
Yeah.
Did you guys have that Family Dare, Double Dare?
Double Dare. Yeah, that was on.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the green slime.
Yep. And that was You Can't Do It on Television first. If you said, I don't know, you get green slimed. And then they carried over into Double Dare. Yeah.
I didn't see these.
I had a guy on, Matthew Klickstein on Word Balloon, and he wrote the history of Nickelodeon television. And it's actually a very cool book. And, Nickelodeon was one of the absolute first cable networks.
Yeah.
Right.
It was. Speaking of Double Dare, did you guys ever see, it's on YouTube, there's, I think, a Jay Leno interview where he's interviewing Mark Summers, the host of Double Dare.
Sure.
And he's on there with
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, yeah. It's real fun.
I haven't seen it. What happened? Wow.
Burt Reynolds.
You watch it, Johnny. I don't want to spoil it, but Mark Summers is kind of like a neat freak, and Burt Reynolds doesn't like him for whatever reason.
He says a few things to Burt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
watch
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's
classic
Burt Reynolds.
Burt.
Yeah, it's at him at his finest. You could tell he's not acting. He gets very angry, but you got to watch it. It's cool.
I will watch it. That's awesome.
Doesn't he take his cup of water and just dump it on Mark Summers' lap at one point?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
We can spoil if you want. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
He's gonna. The Double Dare guy. There was a joke back and forth, and the Double Dare guy says, "At least I'm still married." Oh yeah, that's right. You're divorced. I'm sorry. How is Lonnie Anderson?
Lonnie Anderson.
And he looked at him really like he wanted to kill him.
Wow.
And so he threw water. They threw water on each other. But at the end, I think Jay Leno said, "Why don't you guys have a pie fight?" And they were going to throw pies. But Burt Reynolds took the pie and he punched it through. Like he hit him. Not only did he hit him with a pie, but he forced his fist behind that pie. Like, bam! Knocked the guy almost down. It was cool. They actually fought live on Jay Leno.
That's hilarious.
It was cool. I think it was Jay Leno, right?
Yeah, it was. It was Leno.
And he was Burt's 30 years older than Mark Summers or something.
And Burt was probably wearing a toupee, I think, too.
Yeah, probably.
And I think they shook hands with Burt was mad. You could tell.
Was it you, Tony, that told me when he was on Evening Shade? Like
that's what I was gonna say.
At that point, he just like phoned it in. Like they would put an earpiece in his
because he was deaf and he didn't want to learn the lines, so they would feed him the lines so he would talk. It was hilarious, like Grandpa. I don't know. What do you think, Elizabeth Ashley? I don't know.
We should call Mary Lou Henner. She would remember every bit of it.
One of my best friends in college was first cousins with Mary Lou Henner. I've told this story before. And the summer before high school, he got to spend the whole summer with her and stayed with her. And that's when they were shooting Taxi. And it was like 1979, the summer of 79. And he like got to hang out at Paramount when Taxi, Mork and Mindy, and Happy Days were all shooting at the same time. And he's hanging out literally, like there are great pictures of him at 14 with Robin Williams, and Robin Williams got the suspenders on, and with the Fonz, and with Richie. It's hilarious. And He said it was he's like, it was the greatest summer of my life. It was amazing. So you can edit it out, Fritz.
I like all of that.
A lot of dead air right now, Johnny would say.
Dead air.
What's happening?
I figured I was already talking a lot.
I just approved the guy to join I Like Pink. That's where I was.
That's
right.
Yeah, because I saw notifications come in so they could watch the program, but maybe if they could rewind. This one, they could actually rewind the live feed. So in case you're just joining us, this is the podcast live. On Facebook and YouTube, conjoiningly. Is that the word?
Sure.
Congruently. Or
even better. Absolutely.
Parallelly.
I was told there would be no math.
So. Exactly.
Well, we're
I
together.
just woke up. I got no idea where I am.
Yeah.
Hey, good question from the audience.
Yeah.
Anybody see the DVD of Superman Red Sun? Is it worth buying? You know, Shaggy gave me his DVD digital code. And I haven't used it yet.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah. I know.
Have you seen it? Is it any good? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet, but I saw clips as they were promoting it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks great.
J.M. DeMatteis adapted Mark Miller's story. I'm going to talk to him. I actually, once the lockdown started, he was one of the people I reached out to. And he's like, he goes, hey, you're too late, man. Like a bunch of other people already asked me. He goes, let's wait till April. I'm like, all right.
For an interview about the show?
I always, whenever Mark does like a new animated movie, he did all those Batman movies where Damian, like Batman and Son, and he adapted all those. So yeah, he's doing as much animation as he's doing comic books these days.
That's
Mark
cool.
Miller?
Well, Mark Miller wrote the original Red Sun, but J.M. DeMatteis.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Didn't he write a lot of SpiderMan stuff too?
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
During the Clone Saga.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Who is the artist? Was Sal Buscema the artist on that with him? Usually,
probably. I'm sure he was one of them. Yeah, I'm sure he was in the rotation. I know Alex Saviuk was too.
Yeah. How come I like the Clone Saga? I really like it.
You're not alone, buddy. I mean, no, there's a lot of people that Ben Reilly fans.
I liked it a lot. It was cool.
It just went too long.
Yeah, it's like the thing about it is it was hard to follow which comic to read next, so I would just read out any of them. That's
and what happened to the baby?
Oh, I don't know.
They had the baby.
She became the future M2 universe Spider Lady.
Well, you're right, May. That's right. But there was a boy. I thought in the Ben Reilly story, I thought they had a boy.
No, they had a girl.
Yeah. Well, I know May and Mayday and everything.
Taken by the Green Goblin.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm echoing somewhere. Echo.
It's like Clone Saga and Cap Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's all right. That's really when I checked out of comics. Yeah. I'm like, I got other things to do.
Cap
Wolf.
Yeah, I checked out with Cable and Bishop.
Eric says that Sal is his favorite Spidey artist. But he's the one who had like everything that looked like the faces all look kind of the same. I might be thinking of someone else.
He was my favorite Hulk artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there was an artist on SpiderMan whose faces I just didn't like. They all looked kind of the same when he was like, when they were grimacing or something like that. They all looked weird and stilted.
An artist when you were a kid or older?
Well, I don't remember whenever he was drawing the stuff.
Was it Ross Andrew?
Ross.
No.
Don
I like
Romita
Ross Andrews,
Jr.
And his inker was Mike Esposito.
I got my Ben Riley Spider-Man on my PS4 right now.
Nice.
I like it.
Robert
I
Townsend.
don't know what that means. What does that
I like
mean?
the Kurt Swan face of Superman winking.
It means something like Dirty Dragon.
It's true.
My Ben Riley.
Good stuff.
He was the clone, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and then he faded away. They fought
He
Green
became the
Goblin.
Scarlet Spider, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He
Right.
was Spider-Man for a little bit when he had the new costume.
And then he became the Scarlet Spider with the hoodie.
Yeah, people didn't like it, I guess. But everything goes back. Everything goes back to normal.
Yeah, they had a new Clone Saga a couple of years ago, and Ben Riley was back.
Yeah. No, that was there was a Scarlet Spider, but that was Kane.
No. They're two different characters. No, because I interviewed Slot during the
I didn't know
new
he-
event. And
I didn't know he came back.
He was he wasn't the Jack. Well, no, he wasn't the Jack.
Did he have the hoodie? Like
No,
same costume?
he was wearing like an Egyptian mask, like total like mask that fit over his head.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then they revealed that it was Ben Riley. That was
Nice.
he was the bad guy.
Where did he go? Where was he so long that nobody knew? And then all of a sudden he showed up. Where was he?
I don't remember.
Because he when they fought the Green Goblin, Spider-Man and Ben Riley fought him. Ben Riley crumbled.
Yep.
Just turned into a pile of ashy flesh.
Yep.
In the original one or the
original.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
Yep.
He just
Ashy
crumbled.
flesh.
And I was reading that, and I didn't like that. When he died, and you're like, oh, they
Yeah.
killed him. He's done. And he died, and like,
Dead.
Suddenly.
Thank God, dead.
like they had 2 pages to go, and they're like, oh, let's just kill him. Let's just make him die.
Yep.
So he crumbled, and Green Goblin left. He left and left. And then Peter and Mary Jane were left standing with nothing.
I got to
And
look up the
then
Clone
reset.
Saga because I'm pretty certain there was a baby boy that never was acknowledged again.
Mark
beautiful.
I don't know
Bagley.
I don't know if they acknowledged the sex of the child. But when we saw the M2 universe, we
Right.
realized it was May. I don't know in the book because you see Green Goblin surgeons took the baby, but I don't know if they acknowledged if it was boy or girl. They just told her your child didn't survive or something.
Yeah.
And then that I didn't like that because as a parent you want to see, like, what do you mean? Did I even have the child? It's gone, So, but they
Yeah.
didn't even care to see. They just whimpered, and I hope Aunt May's alive. So
I don't know. I'm scrolling.
I like the phrase "ashy flesh."
An ashy pile of flesh.
It's a pile of ashy flesh.
Yeah, that happened. And then they did that to Kane too. Kane died like that. They all suddenly faded away like that. Kind of like what movie does that? Oh, the Avengers movie
Endgame.
did that. Yeah, they did like that. But that was like 15 years before Endgame.
Bishop sucks.
Bishop sucks. He sucks. He messed up everything. But you know what? I like the comic style then. Like I was a fan of the Liefeld books, the way that it looked and McFarlane and Jim Lee stuff, but I hated Bishop. Bishop sucks. Cable sucks.
Cable.
Cable
Why?
was too confusing.
Yeah, I was never a fan of Cable either.
He showed up and like they already did the Days of Future Past, and they figured that was a big fan hit. So let's take the story back there. Those two issues were some of the 2 best X-Men comics of all time. But let's make
Every
a
time
whole
they do
series.
a time
Yeah.
travel thing, it sucks. Like, Cable,
Yeah.
Bishop, and Lost. I hate all those things.
Bishop and Lost.
I like
Yeah.
Endgame though.
Yeah, that was good. They did it funny. They did it where don't think too hard, just enjoy it, like Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
And don't get already started
know.
on Back to the Future.
Don't do it. I just watched episode 2, Back to the Future Part 2, just a few days ago, and I was talking through the whole thing. See, that couldn't happen. This is happening. And like, see, now there's 4 Marty, so I can't do it. Luckily, I was only watching it with me and Sonny, but he pays attention to when I say stuff, and he's like, yeah, I remember that. And then he'll bring up 3 days later, remember when you said this thing about this thing? I go, yes. Here's why it would work.
I had a friend who was a huge fan of the Clone Saga. Now he's a hardcore Calvinist. What is that, like Calvin and Hobbes? What
I
is
was going to
that?
say I'm a huge Hobbesist myself. Yeah. I forget. Yeah, Calvinist is some sort of. Explain it to Sheds. I don't remember what the hell. Again, no math. No math. Hurts too much.
Yeah, we all just woke up. 50% of us just woke up.
And the other half of us are drunk.
Yeah, or I'm going to bed soon.
Yeah, so there's a percentage of questions here that are not going to be
that
answered.
Small, tight window where we're all awake for 10 minutes.
McFarlane was cool. His copiers less so. Right.
Yes.
Like he figured out the code, and now everyone's, here's how you draw. Oh, I get it.
It wasn't his fault that his Xerox machines weren't working. I don't understand that.
I love when I have Liefeld on and he imitates McFarlane. Hey, buddy. Buddy. I got an idea, buddy.
Yeah. It is funny.
Dr. Doom's time player an end game that made it cool.
Was that
Tex Avery? Tex Avery.
Oh,
Hey, see you.
first Tex Avery
He
of
hates
the
us.
night.
Hey, listen.
Yep. Why Skull hate it?
Gloves.
Yeah.
The what?
Oh, if only the pillow could talk. Ah, yes, I have many observations to make.
Okay, what does this
There we
say?
go.
What does it mean?
Calvinist. Major branch of
Protestantism.
I'm assuming like Protestantism that follows the theological tradition and forms of Christian practice set down by John Calvin and other Reform era theologians.
Speak English, two sheds.
You're going to have to look up something else that explains that because I don't.
I had a problem. My pee burned when I had protestation. Yes. I was drinking too much cranberry juice.
You see.
Now, my protestation burns when I pee, you see. Yeah, super duper.
They had to stick a finger up there to see if it was still prostellating.
Exactly, prostellating. Coffee's ready. It's been prostellating on the stove.
I didn't hear the beeps. Beep.
Exactly.
Beep. What?
Does your coffee maker already? Does it have a timer so you could set it up and you wake up at 5 a.m. and the coffee's ready for you?
It says I can do that, yes, but
in theory,
I never tried it. I just make it because I know it works that way every time.
What you're drawing, Artie, it looks like I'm a chicken hawk.
Yeah, that's him a little bit. That's
I'm
Gilbert.
a chicken hawk.
Gilbert, the Little Merman.
Hello, I say hello there. Oh, it's Gilbert. It's like a Gilbert guy.
Mhm.
Boy, you're about as sharp as a bowling ball, boy.
You're sharp as a wet bag of mice, boy.
Wet bag of mice. That was my other favorite.
That and when he'd have the dog and he'd grab the 2x4 and just beat the dog's ass with the 2x4. And the dog would like give the choke chain. Ah, shut up!
Now that's the chicken.
I say, you got to get your mind out of them long-haired books, boy.
Yeah. Pay attention to me when I'm talking to you.
When he's hiding in the feed box or whatever, and the kid has the slide rule, and he walks over to like the ground, and he starts digging, and all of a sudden fog goes there. He's like, but boy, I was over there. And the kid just holds up like the paper. I know figures don't lie, but
and the girl chicken that always liked them. Yes,
that's right. Hey, Prissy, did you find out? Yes,
Miss Prissy. Yeah,
classic. Oh yeah, Skoke and I, we were already. I saw Skoke's video where he had the birthday greeting for everybody, and he did as many voices. Man, Skoke, you're like one of the village people with your closet. You got many costumes. Village people.
I shot that thing. It was in about an hour. I was trying to go as fast as I can because there was a deadline. It was for a surprise birthday thing, and I had to shoot the video in an hour. So I had all these costumes all over my floor. There was so many.
Yeah,
I didn't realize I had
left out a couple characters. You left out Ewan McGregor.
I did. I didn't have time. Sean Connery didn't make it in. Ewan McGregor didn't make it in.
McConaughey did, of course.
Iago didn't make it in.
But he did Popeye.
Popeye made it. Yeah, wow.
Spidey.
We were talking about we need to do modern Popeye stories, modern Popeye scenarios.
Yeah.
And I had him go into the dispensary. I've come for my spinach.
Spinach.
And you got to have Bluto like working the door. Hey, wait a minute! You don't need this for medical purposes. Get out of here! What are you doing?
This card is no good.
Exactly. Oh, did you bring the spinach? Oh,
that last batch of spinach went to my forearms. It's no good.
Wouldn't that spinach make him tired if he ate it?
What's that?
In the middle of a fight? He eats that spinach and he gets his eyes turn pink and he falls asleep.
Wimpy would eat it. That's why he ate all the hamburgers. I've got the munchies.
Oh, Papa, you're so high.
Yeah, characters were always high back then. Wimpy's always high, and Shaggy for Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
They're always high.
Come on. Alice the Goon.
Peppermint Patty.
Sea Hag. The Sea Hag.
Peppermint Patty.
Sea Hag.
Sea Hag.
Patty high? She was high already?
Hey, Chuck. Man, I just got a new bong, Chuck. You got to check it out.
They're always high. Goofy's high all the time.
Let's sync up Dark Side of the Moon, The Wizard of Oz, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Goofy was so high he didn't even know he was a dog.
No, he didn't. You wonder why Pluto was on 4 legs. Why don't you just
why are you pooping in the corner?
This is how it works.
With quarters, yeah. Oh, gee. What are you doing there, Goofy?
Gosh,
in the corner.
Gosh, Mick.
You never told me Minnie was so much fun.
Boy,
What?
Goofy, you must be really high.
Gosh.
Good stuff. Oh, I like the factoid about more Calvinists. George C. Scott was a Calvinist in the movie Hardcore. My daughter's making porn. That's George C. Scott from Hardcore.
Oh yeah.
She was making snuff movies.
I don't know what any of this is.
You don't want to know. Don't explain it to him.
My wife had
Bumped out.
you know that movie
Oh, that's right.
8mm? Wasn't that about snuff films?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Hardcore was like 15 years before 8mm. Yeah.
yeah, my wife was watching that. I think it was yesterday. She's watching that movie, and because she got home, she has to work still, but she gets home from work at like 1:00 now. So she had the movie on. She got a bunch of phone calls. She got distracted, and it was on a channel that had commercials. So I'm hearing echoes. So I got to do this. So she kept hearing
Mr. Echo.
She kept watching the movie, and she got distracted. She got phone calls. So the movie ended up playing for like 4 hours in our house. And by the time the movie was still going, it was still playing, and nobody's watching it, but it's getting violent, and they're showing really questionable things. And then it was dinner time, and we're eating dinner, and then all of a sudden the movie catches our attention. Like, oh, this is a great movie. Great movie to eat dinner by.
Plus the little kids.
We'll edit that out. That was a good story.
I liked every part of it.
Thanks.
We're going to leave it in. I like every part of it.
Two Sheds had a good foghorn line. There's a little something about a boy that don't like baseball.
That's right. Something yeesh about a kid that don't like baseball. Mm-hmm.
Classic. Morning, Sam. Morning, Ed. The like what? Not quite Wile E. Coyote.
The sheepdog. The coyote and the sheepdog, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
They stop for lunch and they'd eat lunch together.
Or Sam.
Good stuff.
I listened to an interview today, a podcast interview with Ewan McGregor, another one.
Oh no!
This was a SAG-AFTRA, some sort of podcast they do, and this was from 2012 with Ewan McGregor, and he was talking about his whole career, all the way at the beginning, how he started, and how his uncle was Dennis Lawson from
Wedge.
He was Wedge, from Star Wars, and actually was discouraging Ewan from taking the part of Obi-Wan in the Star Wars movies. He didn't think it was a good idea.
Oh, he's right.
But there was
follow Alec Guinness.
Yeah, he talked about Alec Guinness and how he didn't want to do the voice. Like he felt like Alec Guinness's voice was not good for action. He felt it was too subdued or whatever. So he's like, yes, I tried my best. I did what I could. And everybody clapped. They're like, yeah.
Oh, it was a live event. That's cool.
It was a live event, yeah. And he goes, at one point, the interviewer asked him about nudity. Ooh. She said, yes,
yes, I've shown my penis.
I don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
He stopped talking, or did he freeze? Did he freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Oh, there he is. You
got
froze for a minute.
Am I back?
Yeah, you were back. That was awesome. So what? Yeah. So
yeah. So she asked him about the nudity. She's like, "Did you ever have any hesitation about doing any of that in your movies?" And he was like, "No, of course not. No." He was saying how in here in America, everybody's real funny about that.
Uptight.
Like they don't.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, but violence, no one here has a problem with that, but the nudity, And he said, he goes, yes, I don't want to see someone's guts or someone's intestines.
But I don't mind if I show my dick. That's all right.
That's exactly. That's what he said. And he goes, yes, I don't mind seeing the penis.
Hey, speaking of SAG, I've said it on social media. I got booted from my radio.
Why would you bring that up with Ewan McGregor's junk call? Yeah.
What's that?
Why would you bring up sagging with Ewan McGregor's nudity?
Because it's sagging.
Oh
yeah. But I was going to say I had a good SAG story. My union rep called me today. Cheryl Beck, hard-nosed union rep.
Nice.
She's like, John, I heard you were let go. I'm like, yeah. I go, God, thanks for reaching out. She goes, is it a fair severance package? I'm like, yeah, actually, I kind of think it. Well, when you're ready and you get the paperwork, you let us know. I'm like, okay, yeah,
was
thanks.
she smoking?
And what's awesome?
Was she smoking?
No, but she's a hard nosed union lady. And but then she's like, I said, hey, can I? And actually, I was going to tell Skoke this in a text, but I'm like, your income reflects if you qualify for insurance. And I thought I noticed that they cover podcasts as potential SAG income. I mean, I'd have to give them dues from my podcast money, but I'm like, can I put that to my benefits? She's like, actually you can. She's like, I don't have the information, but I'll definitely send it to you. I'm like, that's great. Cause I was really scared. I mean, honestly, the biggest fear I had was losing the insurance because it's really good insurance.
Yeah.
So, I know it's not a hilarious story, but it's a good story for me.
Oh no, that was funny. That was great.
I like it a lot.
I love that story.
Ewan McGregor's penis and your insurance, they go together.
Speaking of sagging things.
Yeah.
She's like, are your balls still really low? I'm like, yeah, real low. Low and outside, as we say.
Just a bit outside. Hey, Skoke, have you ever seen Moulin Rouge?
What Artie show?
I have, yes. Yes.
We went to go see that on Broadway, which I talked on another podcast, and I hated it.
You did? You didn't like it?
No.
He sang an Elton John song in that movie.
But I had never seen the. I like what Art's showing right
now.
I had never seen the movie, so I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm working down here in the studio. Let me pop it on. Oh, it was awful.
It was bad?
Yeah.
Did the lead guy, did he do a Ewan McGregor impression?
No, it was Ewan McGregor in the movie. No, that's what I'm talking about.
On stage. Yeah.
On stage, no, it was different. They changed it up a bit, but it was still
different
awful.
music.
Awful. Yeah.
I remember you and Yvette saying, yeah, you didn't like it.
Well, it was also the lady across from us was singing the entire time.
That's right. I hope you don't mind. What I put down in words. That's your song by Elton John.
All you need is love.
Kathleen,
and Anakin.
They put that Obi-Wan show on hold. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
even before the lockdown, right? Even before the shutdown.
Yeah, he was trying to calm everybody down. Yes. Oh, all these things on the internet, people are getting all upset. Don't worry, it'll come back. We're just retooling a few things. Yes.
My penis is on the internet.
Oh,
I don't care if you see it.
In fact, here's the link.
it is quite handsome.
Yes.
I just wanted to show that to you to make sure you guys stay fit.
Who's dancing there, Artie?
I don't know the gentleman's name, but I came across that video. It's from the BBC One, and it's up there. And I just wanted to make sure that everyone stays fit during this time of crisis.
I've been jazzercising like a fiend. Where did Artie, or where did Francis go?
He's gone.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Francis popped off for a second.
We're still on the stream, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, we're still streaming. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. I looked at the clock. The shot clock says it's 24.
That video I put of that
There he
man
goes.
exercising is on I Like Pink, so everyone could see it. It's all
Nice.
It's only about 3 minutes long, I think, but he's jazzercising. He's very friendly man.
I like it.
You might want to
Did
watch
any
it.
of you guys ever do Sweating to the Oldies?
Richard Simmons.
Richard
Hello. Come on, honey. Move that moneymaker.
There's
no.
at the beginning, all you see, like, it fades in from black, and at the beginning, all you see is Richard Simmons, his foot going doof, 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 and then it pans up his leg.
Ew.
You see, like, the oily leg,
Ew.
and it goes up to his shorts that are way too short.
Exactly.
It goes up to his face.
Sack drooping. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And the camera goes on his face finally, and he just goes, "Let's sweat!" And then they all start dancing.
I'm betting Skoke knows about this. That podcast from a couple of years ago where there was like rumors that Richard Simmons was living like Howard Hughes, like a hermit.
Oh,
And he had-
yeah.
Like his caretakers weren't letting anyone see him and everything.
Well, he slapped a guy in the airport at one point.
I remember that part. Yeah, I remember
He
that.
slapped a guy. He goes, "Oh, the guy went up to him and said, oh, hey, look, everybody, it's Richard Simmons. Let's all sweat to the oldies." And Richard Simmons went up to him and he goes, "It's not nice to laugh at people with issues." And he slapped the guy in the face.
Weird stuff.
Good.
Yeah, that's
What were his issues?
probably.
I have to admit that I didn't like when he did that to me.
Yelling at old people to move faster. Come on, honey. You're lagging behind. I'm having a heart attack, Richard.
He was on Letterman a lot back in the day.
Yep. Yes, and he would wear his shorts, and it was like, hey, you're kind of flopping there, Richard.
He would be on Howard Stern all the time, and he'd get real mad because Howard Stern would make fun of him.
Come on, Richard. We all know. Let's say it. Come on, admit it. Robin knows. It's
I
true.
hope he's okay. I hope he makes a comeback. I hope he does more sweating to the oldies. Richard.
Yeah, he's really
if you're-
old now.
Wasn't he
He's
on the
probably
Love
watching.
Boat? Wasn't he on there too?
I believe. Yes. Hello, Richard. Thank you for coming. Gopher.
Gopher. I like sweating to the oldies.
Charo was down. Hey, Richard. I like it to dance. It's like, all right, take it easy, Charo.
Yakata.
Tukuchiku.
Come on, Richard Simmons. Got to sweat to the oldies. I'm the president's leading ambassador for fitness. Come on, sweat. You're not sweating fast enough. Come on,
He has
5
to
more.
sweat
That's
faster.
at the end of Raw Deal. God, Kolchak, the Night Stalker, the actor. Can't think of his name right now, but he was like his spy master. He was his boss, and he got like blown up by the mob. And he's on he's in rehab, and he's on parallel bars walking. And seriously, the movie ends with Arnold like, "Come on, one more step. You can do it. Come on." So look for that at the end of Raw Deal.
You mentioned that he was the president's ambassador for fitness, and that was around the time Scoot and I were both in grade school, and we had these physical fitness tests we had to do in class.
Yeah, we had to do
And it was fine for most of the kids, but for me, it was awful because I was the shortest one in my class, and I was the smallest, and I couldn't do these fitness tests. Like, I couldn't do the pull-ups. And then, I got into high school, and I was a small kid all the way through most of high school, too. And at one point, the gym teacher, they had, like, parent-teacher conferences. And the gym teacher, he talked like, his name was Coach Line, and he talked like Sylvester Stallone. He looked nothing like him, but he talked like, yeah, I thought, yeah. He, during parent-teacher conferences, he pulled my mom aside, and he goes, yeah, he can't even do a pull-up. I think you might want to take him to see a doctor. I think there's something wrong with him. There was nothing wrong with me. I just hadn't grown yet. Everybody else was growing. I hadn't grown yet. I was a small kid. What am I supposed to do? I couldn't lift the bar. I couldn't do a pull-up. And I got Stallone yelling at me, "Oh, come on, you got to do a pull-up." I don't want to do a pull-up. Why do I have to do a pull-up?
Skoke, don't feel bad. I was a big fat turd in school,
Oh.
and I couldn't do a pull-up either.
My
I
my
can do a push
stepmother,
down.
regarding Jim, my stepmother was like, he's uncoordinated. So they put me in adaptive gym for like a month, which was like short bus gym. It really was. And like during that same time, outside of gym, I learned how to juggle. So it's like, yeah, John's uncoordinated. I'm like, yeah, I'm uncoordinated. How you doing? Everything, and it's like, what the hell are you doing in here, Suntress? And I'm like, I don't know. Yes, Darren McGavin was the Night Stalker. And come on, Dan McGavin, move it. But yeah, when I was juggling, they're like, you don't need to be an adaptive, Jim. And I'm like, yeah, my jerk mother, my jerk stepmother. She was nuts. She made me take algebra, and I sucked as bad at chin-ups as with algebra as Skoke did with chin-ups.
Jerks are called.
The teacher's like, you're gonna fail this class. You should really be in a lower level. And I'm like, tell my stepmother. And so she did. And she's like, John can do a thinking logic class, and that'll qualify for college. He doesn't need to take an algebra class. And she's like, you did that to make me look terrible. I'm like, yeah, hey, thanks for the complex, old lady. Oh man, I hated her. I hated her. I hope she's dead.
Ooh.
I know she's not, but she's cruel. Seriously, man. I had Cinderella's stepmother. She was not a nice lady.
The shoes didn't fit real good, did they?
No.
That glass slipper.
I like the fact that you were angry Yogo Chips in grade school too. I like that.
Hey man, maybe because I had a nutball stepmother that was, come on, he's uncoordinated. Put him in the short bus gym class.
He'll learn how to play basketball. He'll learn.
He did a hell of a square dance.
I'm picturing that now.
Couldn't do pull-ups,
square
but
dance.
did a hell of a square dance.
You guys are younger. Did you guys have square dancing in your gym?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Body your partner, body your corner.
That was the weirdest thing. Why in gym class was there square dancing?
Well, because you're moving.
Couldn't do it in math.
Right.
It was the only.
Let's take a break from trigonometry. Body your partner, body your corner.
And I always whenever you're square dancing, you're like, oh, please, I don't want to get that one. Not that one. Oh, I got that one. Oh, as a partner.
Promenade. Remember that Bugs Bunny? Slap your face and real hard.
Take your partner, hit him in the head, push him on a broccoli, become dead. Yeah.
Come on, step up now. Don't be shy. Stick your finger in her eye.
Why did you hit me in the face with a custard cream pie?
Please, Mr. Bogart. That's a good one. My 71-year-old cousin, he and I will go, why did you hit me in the face with a coconut cream pie?
Yeah.
It cracks me up. It's awesome.
I'm sorry I coughed earlier on this thing. I hit the wrong mute button. I realized that the mute button you have to press is on the screen, not on the microphone.
Cruella de Suntress. I like that.
That's why you heard all that.
That's what she was. I like your character, Artie. Now, that can almost look like that big red-haired monster from Bugs Bunny. People!
Yeah, this is Uncle Filbert. This is Amphibian's uncle.
The big red-haired monster is called Mortimer.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know
right,
that.
Mortimer. Yeah, Mortimer.
Let's put our pitties in the water when he's doing it. I always find monsters interesting.
Such interesting people.
Very interesting.
Monsters are such interesting people.
And Witch Hazel. Ooh.
And when he's running around, he's being chased by Mortimer. And he's like, is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house? And someone stands there from the audience. And he goes, I'm a doctor. And he goes, what's up, doc?
Yep. Those are the good ones, man.
There were a couple of those where at the end there was some kind of cat, I remember. And he just, at the end of the episode, he goes, well, now I've seen everything. And he shoots himself in the head.
Yep.
Right.
As they go to black, you hear the gunshot. As it goes to black, I'm like, ooh, wow, that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no,
he
he's
kills
seen everything. You don't need to see anything else.
Yep.
He's done.
Good point.
Yeah.
You have a point.
Yeah, he's done. He killed himself.
I appreciate the Facebook person who says, my new word of the day, short bus Jim. That's going to be in my movie. I'm going to develop that into a movie.
I like that.
Short bus
He can
Jim.
juggle. He knows how to juggle.
Short Bus Jim?
Looks like I'm playing with a female version of the Tenets. Bangere.
The female version of the Tenets.
Yes. Orbs.
They go in instead of out.
Yeah. Bangere.
They're always quarantined. They're always in there.
Do they go in
let's
instead
see.
of
You can't go to the club. Hello, Fred.
Hello, Fred.
How come your pants are up to your chin, Fred? Hello, Rick.
Oh, Rick.
We've been watching I Love
Marshals.
Lucy, and my son is going nuts. He's like, how do we let this stuff happen? No, he can't figure out why Ethel and Fred just waltz in and out of
The apartment.
Ricky's apartment.
Yeah. They were the landlords.
Mm-hmm.
Then they shared the farmhouse in the last couple seasons when they moved out to the country.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember that show too much.
Oh man, there's one where they're in Italy.
Italy.
And she's in the wine vat stomping the grapes with a real Italian lady. And I saw her in Dick Cavett, and she said, "Yeah, and she didn't speak English, so we tried to explain to her that we had a roughhouse, and I guess I hit her too hard, and all of a sudden she's strangling me in the grapes, and I couldn't breathe. She wouldn't let me go."
Was it captured on the show?
Yeah. It's no. If you see the scene and everything, absolutely. And yeah, she was describing it to Dick Cavett. Oh, that's a shame.
Hey, Mom.
Fred and Ethel were swingers. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Rick, how about a foursome tonight? I'll wear my pants a little lower.
I always wondered as a kid, why did Ethel marry an old guy?
Yeah.
I always wondered, he's so old.
She was a year younger than Lucy, and it was in her contract that she always had to be at least 10 pounds heavier than Lucy.
Yeah, she had to be chubby. Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Vivian Vance.
Vivian.
Oh. Is she dead yet? I hated her, dear.
Did they hate each other?
No, they didn't. No, but it
there
was
was
weird.
someone who didn't like someone else. Was it Fred?
Fred and Ethel didn't like it. Yeah, apparently because William Frawley, big boozer. And and they apparently hated each other off screen.
That's beautiful.
Was Aunt B on that show?
Oh, Ricky!
Andy!
Come on, Ricky! We got to go to the club. You got a big performance to make with your bongo. Come on!
The episode I watched the other night was when he had a duel with a Frenchman who was in love with Lucy, and his name was Jean Valjean Ramon.
What was it?
Jean Valjean Ramon. That was his name.
I like the Hollywood ones where John Wayne is on one, or William Holden, and all these old Hollywood ones. Nobody else knows. Yeah, Superman one's awesome.
They call me Superman.
That's right, and he makes the big appearance. He jumps in from the kitchen.
Yep.
Through the little swinging doors. That's amazing.
Lucy dresses up as Superman, but she has to hide her red hair, so she wears a football helmet.
Yeah, the crash helmet on.
Yeah. Because they don't know. It's funny.
That's Superman, Rick. Why don't you get some kryptonite out of the can over there? Hello, Fred. I'm having Superman come over. That's the great thing. They don't call him George Reeves in the episode because they knew kids might be watching. So they wanted to make the illusion and everything that he was. Hello, Superman.
Yeah, he was really Superman. Over. He wasn't George Reeves. He was Superman.
Hey, Rick, why don't you dress as Batman?
Come on, Fred. Put on your tiny shorts and be Robin. I got my shorts on, Rick.
Why are they so high?
I can't even see the R on your chest.
What's the problem, Rick?
All the way up here.
You gotta.
I'll be right back.
Come on.
He's leaving. Here's what it looks like.
That's why he's the best of the business.
Come on, Rick.
We gotta fight the Legion of Doom, Rick.
Night, Fred.
You gotta wear pants. Why does Fred need a belt if his pants are so high?
I don't know, man. I hope nobody notices I ate a few more pizzas today. Yeah, that's great, Fred. No one can tell, Fred. You're hiding it really well.
My hot young wife.
My stockings, Rick.
My hot young wife, Ethel. Yeah.
My child bride.
Ethel.
Great name, Ethel.
What did he say the other day? Ethel and Lucy said, "Oh, we're going to go put on a new face. They're going to go put on makeup."
Oh, no.
And Fred sits there like this. And Ricky goes, "What are you doing, Fred?" He goes, "Well, she always says that, but then she comes back with the same old face. So I'm kind of holding out some hope here." And then she comes back and he goes, "Nope, didn't work."
And then after Lucy, he was the original uncle on My Three Sons, the black and white episode.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
And Bub, Uncle Bub.
Why wasn't he on that? Why did they get Charlie McCarthy? look-alike.
I think he retired.
He died.
And then they got William Demarest. Nah, what's going on, Steve? Yeah.
Hello, Levin.
Hello. Exactly.
Yeah, see?
So I missed that. Why wasn't he there?
I think he just retired. I think he just was too old and he retired.
Oh, because My Three Sons was after I Love Lucy?
Oh, yeah. 60s. Oh, yeah, 60s.
Hello, Levin.
So, and obviously then when Lucy and Desi split up, then they did the Lucy show. And that's where she was Mrs. Carmichael with Mr. Mooney.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw some of that.
Yep.
Lucy.
That's
We
where
used to be,
I gotta
that's
go
the-
for real now. Oliver just woke up.
the French guy
yeah.
from
No,
the
I
French
like
guy
Pink
from-
very much, Lois.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, Scoop
All
Pie.
right, done? All right,
Yeah.
see you, buddy.
Yeah, he woke
See you
up. I gotta go
later.
in there.
All right, go
Yeah,
blow up
good
to
job.
school. Take it easy. Put
We'll
your
do
hoodie on.
that.
Hey.
We miss you, Scoot.
See you guys.
You get me okay, Papa. Scoop Pie.
Oh, good vocal salute. Nice. Hey, we should promote. I haven't put the thing up. Are we gonna do that on Monday, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Do what?
We're gonna Artie can join us. We're gonna be rewatching Star Trek, the first movie, the motion picture,
Oh,
the first one.
We're going to be
You don't
doing
have
a
to do it, Artie.
review.
Don't
are
worry.
you gonna watch it live?
Yeah, we're gonna like yell at it like we do when we do
Yeah,
our
like-
pods.
Talking over the movie?
Yeah.
Should we reveal the logo? I could show them a sneak peek.
Yeah, feel free. Absolutely. Why not?
I'm gonna-
We want
I'm gonna
people
do it
to
right here.
we want people to
Look,
join
you
us.
see that little comics bullet here?
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'll try and bring it up on my iPhone.
So we're going to be doing a review. But now we're going to go back to our original logo. Yeah. So we're going to watch it.
Pretty good.
So we're going to watch it as we're watching it. We're going to comment about it. So you can join us and watch it with us or sync it up later.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Probably too bright. Bright light. Bright light.
It's too bright. Can't see it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, turn off that light.
We'll put it up.
Artie,
we'll
it
put
sucks
up
real
online.
bad.
Yeah.
We'll
I
put
don't
it
know
up
why I'm-
online after we're done.
I'm echoing
Actually,
crazy.
user says you're going to watch the extended cut or theatrical version. Actually, the theatrical version is the long one. The director's cut, Robert Weiss went back in like the late 90s or early 2000s and he trimmed it up because they rushed the movie to the theaters. They already had the date set when it was going to be in the theater while they were still cutting the movie.
Original
And they
Star
made
Trek?
it- What's that?
Original Star Trek?
Yeah, first one. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so he had to kind of rush the cut to make the deadline because it like the studios would like have to pay a big fine to the theaters if the movie was late. So there was no choice. It had to go out. So, and Robert Wise was really pissed. I mean, it was 1979. And finally, like the 30th, it was like I'm trying to do the math, 20th anniversary, 99. 99. He went back and recut it. And so that was the director's cut. So I don't know. It's I think we're watching it on. I'm going to watch it via Amazon Prime.
Whichever
I don't
one's
know
on
which
Prime is
version
what
they got.
we.
Yeah.
I remember we saw that movie because we all won free tickets with Happy Meals. And we all
Yes.
won tickets to go see it. And
Yep.
then when we went to go see the movie, we all were bored out of our minds. So we were all in the lobby looking at the candy. That was more exciting than being inside watching the Star Trek movie. That's what I remember, my first viewing.
Oh, it's a slow movie.
Yeah, I saw it recently and I really liked it.
There's going to be a lot of time to talk.
Exactly. Well, a lot of things to make fun of. Their pajamas, uniforms.
Yeah, well, the ship, it was actual character. The introduction of the ship was incredible.
Oh, God, they spent like 5 minutes going
Yeah,
over.
it's like a 10-minute pan shots over it, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
And then Bones with his beard was a big shock.
Disco
Ooh, look at-
Bones. Yep.
how he looked.
And he had a big medallion on and a chest
Mhm.
hair. How you doing? I was
No
just
wonder-
at a disco, Jim. Beat me out.
What was he doing when they found him? Yeah.
Obi-Wan was on that too, wasn't
On
Oh,
Star
Dennis?
Trek?
he? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fire phasers.
I'm here.
Do the thing. I liked what the request was there for the for Skoke.
I picture
What would Obi-Wan sound like at his dentist appointment?
When he gets there, he probably announces to everyone, "I'm here. I'm ready now."
I brushed my teeth.
I flossed before the appointment.
I'll sit in the chair.
You don't need to use laughing gas.
Would you like me to pull my pants down? I don't mind.
Yeah, I've taken my robes off. I'm ready now.
I'm
It's
not
the
ashamed
dentist,
of doing nudes.
It's the dentist, Mr. McGregor, not the doctor's
you don't-
office.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. Do I get a toy when I finish? No.
I'd like a sugar-free lollipop, please.
Yes. Or maybe one of those nice rubber skeletons you have over there. That'd be nice. That's what
Put a
my
rubber
dentist
skeletons. Do it in the dentist's office.
had. That's what my dentist had.
Nice Chamber of Horrors dentist's office, man. Yes, we're going to drill your teeth. Vincent Price apparently was your dentist.
It was like a floppy rubber skeleton, and like after you finished cleaning your teeth, you had your choice of anything in this like treasure chest thing, and I mean, I went for the rubber skeleton.
Well, hey,
yes,
who
I
wouldn't?
went for the rubber skeleton as well.
I see you're out of aliens and Jaws.
Why would he have a rubber skeleton? Did he come in and say, "Show me on the skeleton where you'd like me to touch you"? I don't. Well, why did he have a big rubber skeleton?
Yeah.
For my teeth. I don't know. That was the prize that you could take with you. It wasn't like a giant rubber skeleton in his office. It was like a small one that was
Sure.
you could have.
Oh,
There were whoopee cushions in there and like Dracula, fake Dracula plastic teeth.
Sure. Hilarious. Two
that's
sheds
what-
I have seen, or I have read John Burns' Leonard McCoy, Frontier Doctor. That was a good IDW Trek miniseries. John Byrne wrote a lot of really good Star Trek comics and drew a lot of good Star Trek comics. It was very interesting.
Didn't he do a series that he would use photographs?
Yep.
Something.
Yeah, it was called New
one
Voyages.
like that?
Yeah, it was Fumetti. It was actual
Yeah, that's
stills.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was stills from the original series, and he would reconstruct them and put them in different orders and stuff, and he would write new stories around them. They were very good. Very good.
Very good.
Can we go back to why your dentist had plastic teeth in the draw?
I'm getting something to drink. Keep talking.
They were fangs. They were like plastic Dracula fangs. And I think we lost Franco.
This is real?
Keep talking, Scope.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Yeah, so the dentist it was one of the prizes you could take with you, for. So there he is.
Yeah, sorry, I hit the wrong button. I dropped out for a second.
I was just explaining that the teeth, the plastic Dracula teeth. It was a prize you could get, if you did a good job and behaved while the dentist cleaned your teeth. It was between that whoopee cushion, rubber skeleton.
Right, no, I get that, but why? Like, didn't he run the risk of somebody going in there beforehand and putting in the teeth before? I like how Johnny just roams around his apartment like that.
I'm getting Don't be a dick.
But somebody will put in the plastic teeth and somebody had to have done that.
That's what Ewan McGregor did when he went in there. He sat down in a chair, smiled at the dentist, and went, he had the fangs and went, yes, children of the night. I'm Dracula.
This is real?
I also put a hair on my penis if you'd like to look.
I'm okay with nudes.
I'm okay with plastic vampire teeth on my penis.
Ow.
Oh, Johnny's back.
I'm back.
Yes.
Let me get water.
Water.
And
It looks like you're holding a salad.
I brought show and tell stuff.
Oh.
Black
I
hole.
know, the first time I walked around the apartment, I was showing you guys sketches that I have. But we can't see it right now because Robert Thompson says, "Go ahead." What did he say? You can acknowledge it. What did he say, Robert?
I don't know.
Something about the black hole.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. The Disney movie. I want to watch it ever since Disney Plus came back. The Black Hole.
I saw it recently, and I was I didn't. It was very aged to 70s.
Yeah.
Curtain Star Wars kind of TV thing.
That's right. Okay, open wide, Mr. McGregor. Would you care for a rubber skeleton before you leave?
Yes. Hello, John Byrne, Dr. John.
Here's a Neil Adams sketch I got a couple of years ago at San Diego.
Oh, nice.
I didn't even finish drawing it.
The Batman.
I know, isn't that funny the way he did the ears and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, look at.
I remember Wayne. I bought this. It was 100. Neil Adams, when he does sketches, they're really, really expensive, but they're great. But for like a 3x5, like a note card or like a recipe card, he on that size of a card, he would do like a really nice head sketch of Green Arrow, and it was like, all right, $600,
Yeah.
you know, or Batman, you know, all right, $900, you know, it's like Jesus. So these are like, you know, it's like $150. And I asked him, and I didn't want to be rude, but I'm just like, because it looked there were a couple that looked almost exactly the same. And I'm like, Neil, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I please take this in the right light. I go, were these light box? You know, did you sketch over something? And he said, yes, but I swear to you, every line is mine. So, like, I didn't hand this off to Josh, his son, to finish, or anybody else in his studio. He's like, I did every line. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. And I see Wayne, and, you know, Wayne buys a lot of commission art and gets a lot of, like, and buys original pages and stuff. He loves it. And I'm like, Wayne, you know this stuff better than I do. And I'm like, was that a fair price? And he said, yeah. He goes, no, it was. He goes, do you like it? I'm like, yeah, I like it. And I go, I really wanted a piece of Neil Adams art. And he goes, no, you made a good buy. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, if you like it, it's okay. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that looks cool.
Who did
Who
that?
made that one?
Doug Monkey,
Oh, nice.
who is such a sweetheart and like charges. He gives all of his sketch money. He'll do a sketch for you at a show when there were shows, and he would donate the money to you know, the old cartoonist fund. I'm blanking now again. Hero
Initiative.
Yeah. And then
That's
I've
great.
got from Ruben Perco. Oh, hold on. Go ahead. There you go. Oh, that's interesting that he dropped his price.
$300 for a headshot.
Yeah, that's down now. You know.
How about a rim shot?
Hey now. And then finally, the great sculptor and cartoonist Ruben Procopio. I don't know if you guys can tell.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's the Green Hornet and Kato.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Hello,
man.
Kato.
So yeah, they're on.
Hello, Levan.
I haven't hung them on the walls yet, but that's among the commission art that I have in the house.
I like
For
that
the
you went to
gallery.
your fridge to go get those.
Well, I went to the fridge to get my giant water.
Oh,
But,
They were in the
yeah,
fridge.
I'm like, oh, while I'm up, let me grab these.
They were chilling.
Oh yeah, giant water.
Hell yeah.
Your next project is Old Man Suntress. Too late. What do you mean? I'm living that project. I'm in the middle of my arc as Old Man Suntress.
Angry Yoko chips.
That's true.
Hey, Chuck.
speaking of which, go to
Hey,
John's
Chuck.
Patreon. Go to John's Patreon and get all the goodies over there and become a member.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, they're no goodies. It's just the show. But if you want to subscribe, I always feel bad when I was at C2E2. I met a bunch of subscribers, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have buttons or pins or. And they're like, no, man, we're helping the show. And man, I'm telling you, I started to say it before. I put it out on social media that I got let go, and man, I'll tell you, and no kidding, it's that tweet. 95,000 people saw that tweet.
Yeah, because I shared it.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
It's all you, Francis.
That news made the regular news.
Yeah, Newsarama.
I saw something. But I saw real news, like not only Newsarama, but like Chicago News or something, that all the radio, not just yours, but the whole city, the radio in general, were laying off a lot of their staff and stuff.
Yeah, we were doing traffic, under normal circumstances, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously with everybody on the lockdown, there's no traffic. So they eliminated the evening shift and the overnight shift. And they stopped doing traffic now at 8 o'clock at night. And yeah, that just screwed up a lot of shifts. And they're like, my boss, I've known him for, almost 30 years now, 28 years. And he's like, because we work together at the sports station. And he's like, hey, I'm really sorry, man. He goes, it's not me, it's the corporation. And he goes, they're just cutting back. I got to let you go. And I'm like, all right.
Well, if I knew that, I would have went outside and drove around a little bit.
Thanks,
at least report.
That would have been good.
I would have took the expressways.
Right there in Streamwood, there's a guy just doing donuts in a parking lot right now.
He's having a problem leaving the Target parking lot.
So
He's
big
about to
backup over there. Stop and go in the Target parking lot.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing. He keeps going look for Migos. They still don't have them.
It's true. Oscar.
Maybe for Patreon you could give away if people contribute $5, they get a glove.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's true.
It's got to
only
be
one though, not a pair. You don't.
All right, of course. No,
one
be an
or
odd
three.
number.
Yeah.
It's got to be an odd number of
Yeah.
Oh, I should show you. Here, I'm gonna.
And they have to be used gloves too.
I'm gonna reach for a second. Hold on.
Used gloves. Yeah, it can't be new.
used glove.
This was used in actual combat by Johnny. Ooh.
Oh, what is?
what is that,
What
Johnny?
is that, Johnny?
That is. I'll do like Howie Mandel.
Oh no.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, it's a glove. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
all right. All right.
all right. I thought
wait a
for sure
minute.
we were going to have
Excuse
to.
me while I whip this out. Ah!
I was going to ask, is it still wet? You know, oh,
Oh, we lost Francis again.
it's stuck to the floor.
Man, the Phantom Zone is in hyperdrive. We had Skoke freezing, and
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Unbelievable.
taking over Francis.
a very funny thing. Anyway,
He's back.
Oh. Hello, you're on the air.
yeah, I those. They gave me those gloves when I had my infection on my leg to clean the wound. So I still have like a box and a half of them. So when I go grocery shopping, I wear the gloves.
Only one glove though.
Only one.
He
The
wears
one that
all
I
three.
pick fruit with.
He wears all three. Yeah.
John's Goodies next on Pornhub. No. Nobody needs to see that.
I saw him already. I'm good.
That's true.
I don't mind showing.
My tenants, Kathleen.
You know what they look like?
That's my lightsaber.
Kathleen, I'm wearing 3 gloves.
Use the force.
Use the force, but don't force it.
You're
Slide it.
sweating. Anakin, you're sweating.
This
Relax.
is your life.
Take a deep breath.
I don't know, Master.
Oh, you fell under that nightmare, Master, and I rushed.
There you go. Very good. Yeah, because there's a big call. That's excellent. There's a big call for Hayden Christensen voices. That's fantastic.
This
Don't
is your
worry.
life, Chuck.
Don't worry.
Our tool table.
Oh.
What was her name? Padme. Yeah, don't worry, Padme.
Don't worry, you're soft and smooth.
I'm starting to fall in love with you, but I'm not supposed to.
I always
Sand is
want-
coarse.
I'd much rather be dreaming of Padme. I always wanted to make a T-shirt that said that.
Control yourself.
Not good.
No.
This is
Kind of
so
a
good.
BS relationship, Kathleen.
I hate when he does this.
I have the high ground.
Oh man, you're supposed to be the chosen one.
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
I like quiet as a tomb.
Mhm.
So, how's it going in here? Quiet as a tomb.
Is that what he says?
That was at the beginning of Attack of the Clones.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
Beginning of Attack
I
of the
remember
Clones,
that. That's
when They're
awesome.
watching her, yeah, right before Obi-Wan jumps out of the window with his long flowing mane. I'm going to catch a robot. Oh! Anakin,
I don't-
stay here. I'm going to go out the window now.
Oh,
I think
man.
he is a she and a shapeshifter.
And she is
A changeling. Yeah.
My buddy Julie was making a good argument for the sequels. Then I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. I liked them, Kathleen. I'm like,
I
all
love
right,
all the
whatever.
sequels, yes, because I'm in them. I get to play Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The stories are good. The execution is what lacks.
Well,
I was very
but I
confused from the first movie to the second movie. They changed actors on me, and I didn't recognize Anakin.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, Artie. I got to tell you that the Rise of Skywalker, I don't think is a good story. I think it doesn't make sense. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot.
You got
yeah.
horses on the Star, whatever the hell, Star Destroyers.
I have to see it again. I enjoyed it the first time because I was there.
Yeah, it was exciting. No,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun stuff in it. It's just I don't know. I'm really like
Yeah.
the
you
story
see it
just didn't
again?
make sense to me.
Did you see it again since then?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot of excitement. It is cool looking, and
Yeah.
and that's all of the sequels are cool looking. A lot of scenes are adventurous and characters and stuff. But yeah, that's the story as a whole. All three movies together don't really add anything. They don't
Yeah,
change
because
anything.
They wrote them as they went.
Yeah,
Right. There was no coordination between the movies. No.
there's no end. It starts. it starts where it left off.
Well,
Each
and also,
movie does the same thing.
oh, I'm a Skywalker. It's like, no, you're not. You're a Palpatine. You're
Yeah,
Sheev's granddaughter. Hey, that's my granddaughter.
Yeah.
Listen, you got a lot of power. I'm Sheev Palpatine.
Sheev.
I love that name.
It would have been
I like
better if she was Luke or Hannah Leia's daughter. That would have been better, I thought.
Yeah.
I like that the Emperor turned into like an old grouchy neighbor.
Look, I got like 3 fingers left, and I'm crumbling. But I'm going to inhabit your body, but not in a kinky way. I promise. I won't touch you.
Listen, get Grandpa his pipe, okay? Sit
And
down
I got a
and I'll
fleet.
tell you a story.
I got a fleet of Star Destroyers. How? I don't know. I just do.
They come out of the ground. They've been buried for 75 years.
I got minions working on them at less than union scale.
And everyone has a red outfit and they're real
And a
shiny.
box lunch.
He had money to do all that.
Sure, Sheev Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put it on Sheev Palpatine's account. You got it, Emperor.
I've been investing in the stock market for hundreds of years.
It's all that senator money. He
I
saved
watch
it.
Lou Dobbs every morning, my young apprentice.
He's been saving his portions.
Not good.
That was
Although
one.
I agree with. I like Solo. I still like Solo,
Yeah, that was a good one.
and I love Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was great.
And if you look at Solo as a Chewbacca origin movie, you'll enjoy it more.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca to Woobica.
Doesn't
Yeah.
he eat people in that pit at the beginning?
He
Doesn't
tries
he?
to. Yeah,
Like he eats humans.
the Beast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is he eating
that's
humans?
quite a bit. I
Yeah.
think so. I think that's
Wow.
what they implied. Yeah.
Mhm.
When he was in
I'll
that
watch that
pit
again.
when we
I
first
might have been asleep at that
encountered
part.
Yeah. that's right.
You know,
He's asleep.
him. Hilarious.
HLT, human lettuce and tomato, when the human is nice and lean.
Princess Bride. Exactly. Have fun storming a castle.
Have fun storming the Death Star.
With Carol Kane. Liar! Liar!
Oh, that's right.
She's hilarious.
Liar.
Very funny. Any more
My
with
wife.
Rise in the title? Is just waiting to disappoint. Yeah, that's very good, Robert. You are correct.
Everything
Okay,
was.
Rise is-
Everything reminded me of Breakfast the last few years. You got Rise of Skywalker, Dawn of Planet of the Apes. You got Rise of Dark Knight Rises.
Rise of My Tenants.
Yeah, it's all cleaning products.
Rise
and,
of the Virgin.
Yeah, the Thrawn trilogy would have made a good movie. I think.
Drunk Returns.
The
Yeah,
Drunk Strikes Back.
that would
John, I
have been good.
bought all 10 original series and Next Generation movies on iTunes for $20. Wow, Mark, good job. Rank them. Well, you know,
Well, they're
it's
already
kind-
numbered. Why do you
Well, but I mean, yeah, but they're not great in that order. I would say, I think Khan's the best movie.
God!
Then Star Trek 4, then Star Trek 6, then the motion picture.
Let's slip the dogs of war.
There's 10. I don't know if I can count to 10. My brain hurts too much.
I don't know any of these.
Yeah, I mean, and then maybe First Contact from the Next Generation movies. I mean, because really, I would say Generations, Star Trek 5. Well, I like 3. I really do like Search for Spock 3. But like Generation, Star Trek.
Marty!
Yeah, Insurrection, Next Generation, or Generations, Insurrection, and Nemesis are near the bottom, along with Star Trek 5. So that's your bottom 5. But then I would do the others as the top 5. There you go.
There you go. Well, they're all done.
The top 5 on Dick Clark.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Now on with the countdown. I'm Casey Kasem. I'm an idiot. People wouldn't have liked it if she was Han and Leia's daughter. Too obvious. People wouldn't be happy either way.
Yeah.
You
Should have
should've
been
went-
Obi-Wan's daughter.
They should have did what everyone want and put Mara Jade in there. They should have did the Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
The Thrawn trilogy.
Or
They
like
should do all
like
that
the guy
stuff.
said, yeah, the Thrawn trilogy would have been good too.
Yeah, that would have been good. I don't know
would
why
have
they
been
wouldn't.
okay with these characters if they had put a little bit more thought into, because
Yeah.
my son was talking about the original
Mhm.
trilogy, like the 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
Phantom Menace and all that, and he goes, "Those were really bad, though." And I said, "Yeah, but you know what? There was a sense because George was in charge of those,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there was a sense of continuity throughout the the movies. And he goes, well, the original ones like 4, 5, and 6, there were different directors. I said, yes, but George was the driving force behind the story.
It was his story.
So they had that. As soon as they went to Disney, they didn't have that.
Right.
So, yeah, even if they had different directors, if they had one person be the driving force behind the story or the continuity and everything, then that would have worked. But
it's like the Bond movies or the Marvel movies. They're different directors, but there is a creative like the producers are like, no, we're going in this direction. I mean, that's why Edgar Wright, he had differences with them on Ant-Man.
Right, and he got let go,
Right, and they went to Peyton Reed, and it's like, no hard feelings, and but you don't know. We wanted to go this way.
Right. Yeah. You have to get to a certain point. Like if even when you're writing comics, at the end, the bad guy comes out of the shadows, and you're alive, but you have to get to that point. Anything that happens, but that point has to be, that climax part has to happen. And I think they missed. I think the Phantom Menace, or the first one, the Force Awakens, that really set it up nicely because it rebooted, it brought nostalgia back, everyone really enjoyed it. But then the moment Luke threw the lightsaber away, it changed it all, and that's where fans went like, oh, that's not what we want, and that's what divided it, and that was the fall of Disney Star Wars, just that moment, because then everyone went another way, and then nobody went to see Han Solo, and nobody cared. That's why Rogue One did so good, because it was nostalgia all the way. And even though it's not for the easygoing Star Wars guy, it's for the big fan.
Well,
but
it's because Rogue One was a good story, though.
Yeah, it was its own story.
It was a good story. It was a concise story, and
it felt like Star Wars.
Right.
It was Star Wars, the whole thing. And once Luke threw that thing away, and you want to see Luke Skywalker fight everybody. He doesn't need an army. He just goes in there. But
like the end of Jedi. I mean, even though it was an illusion.
Right. They kind of gave it to us, but they didn't, And
I know what you mean.
He should have did it. He shouldn't have died right away. He should have died in the third one. But I don't know. But that's what we got, though. I don't know what else.
Yeah,
you can't be upset with him because that's what we got.
I hate how Rise got rid of Rose Tico. Again, that's because they didn't follow through with story.
JJ didn't care about the character.
Right.
So he gave her nothing to do.
If you look at the first three,
they don't know what she is.
You see how bad Jar Jar was in the first movie, but he was in the other movies. They didn't lose him completely, but they did change direction, and there was that story going through the whole line. Right. That didn't happen with the last three.
They had such good setup with Finn because they never had a stormtrooper before, and he could have been the hero, but he was kind of just a guy who would shout. He would shout, and he was kind of comic relief in a way. But he could have been something really cool, and they could have made a romance between him and the girl Rey instead of that other guy, Kylo. She kissed Kylo, which was weird. I don't know, all of it.
Creepy.
But even things like that group of people that Finn finds. That were former stormtroopers at the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Again, stuff like that just seemed like it was all just shoehorned in because, okay. It's almost like JJ set it up in the first one, and then Rian Johnson was like, okay, scrap all that stuff, and then, JJ Abrams is coming back and going, I was going to set this up, so I'll put it in here.
Yeah, and you only have 2 hours to say everything you wanted to say in 2 movies. And it would have probably been better if they just made 10 episodes instead of ending at 9. Just make it number 10. But I don't know. They probably want the bleeding to stop because the internet kills these movies. And they're just like, all right, let's start over. And that's not mess with the original characters anymore. Because once you bring them back, you can't, Carrie Fisher dies, can't use her no more. You killed Han Solo, threw him off the bridge. She can't do it.
That's not true. Carrie Fisher died and they still used her.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but I mean, you're limited because now Lando's in there, but he's old and he just laughs. So it's like you're running out of time. You got to cram all this in there. And
now,
the coolest part was the flashback when they digitized their faces, and that was cool. If they could make a whole movie like that, I would like it, but
I don't know. Although I loved General Tarkin in Rogue One being there. That was awesome. That was really awesome. Now, someone wrote it earlier And I would like to hear a sample of it, but I hope that when we're rewatching the first Star Trek movie, that we do hear Jeff Goldblum as a potential Star Trek captain.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. He'd be a good Jedi too. He'd be in the council chamber. So, what do you think, Jedi Master Goldblum? And he'd just be, well, Chief, Yoda, no, what? 3 hours later.
That's when Mace Windu would be like, "Man, shut the F up!"
Come on, he's looking at his fake watch that he doesn't have.
Say what again?
He gets demoted because he can't finish a sentence.
Aren't you that guy from Jurassic Park that I met years ago?
His lightsaber color is fuchsia.
And Chile is from.
Ooh, careful!
I'm telling you, man, you gotta watch. You gotta watch his movie Into the Night, the John Landis directed movie with him and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Wasn't that Michelle Pfeiffer's first movie?
It was. Well, I'm in a time warp. Wait a minute. Whoa! Too much. I don't think so. Wait, let me look it up.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
I enjoyed that Jeff
Crushing
Goldblum. Did you guys see the Jeff Goldblum show on Disney Plus?
Not yet. I keep meaning to.
I've seen a couple episodes where he goes for ice cream.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw that. Yeah, well, let's see how my ice cream is made.
I like it.
Really?
It's like the most basic thing. Coffee. Wow. Ow. And he does one about shoes, and he does one about jeans.
Jeans.
There's a guy on the show. His name, they call him Indiana Jeans, and he'll go to like. He goes looking for old jeans. Like he took Jeff Goldblum to this, like almost like an old 1800s mine somewhere, and they went looking for jeans, and then he found a pair, and Indiana Jeans is holding it up, and Goldblum's going, jeans. It's
that originally jeans were made for coal miners and because
gold prospectors,
gold prospectors and gold miners, because they would work down in the coal mines with jeans because they were more durable.
Yep,
and that's what Indiana Jeans shared with everyone. Yeah,
so you don't need Indiana Jeans. You need Arkansas Frankie.
Yeah, sure. Arkansas Frankie.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, fantastic. I like it.
You think Jeff Goldblum talks like that for real, or does he play that up for the camera? Is he parodying himself?
Like when he's at home with his kids, is he talking like
I need you to take out the trash.
My wife.
Garbage day.
He was the director Tim
Watley.
No, Batman director from '89.
Michael Keaton.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Tim Burton's old girlfriend, Lisa Marie, I believe,
she was the alien in the
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Yeah,
and like crazy hot body. She's flying very high.
She had her own airline, right?
Yes, I believe she left Tim Burton and was, I believe Jeff Goldblum was getting something like that.
I opened up another airport on the side.
Of course, we've seen the face of the Sam Jackson reading the kids' book to stay at home. Oh no, not. Oh, I take that back. I meant shut the F up or go to sleep. But I haven't watched the one to stay at home.
No, it's stay the F home. Yeah.
Did you see Michael Rappaport giving his PSA?
No.
Oh man,
he's hilarious.
He's nasty, funny. When I started watching, I'm like, oh man, how can you do this? And then he kept going, and he got real funny.
I like Larry David. I don't understand. Well, what's the big deal about going out? Nobody likes going out. Staying in's better. Stay in.
Yeah.
You watch TV. That's a perfect day. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Robert De Niro reading his. I'm Robert De Niro. We all need to stay home.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Everybody's doing one.
Do you realize because of this quarantine, we've gotten more podcasts done this
I know.
this week
In 6
alone
months.
than the last 6 months?
We're all available all the time.
True. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're not going anywhere, man. Well, that's why I am like all about like everyone I've ever wanted a book for Word Balloon. Like DC was really great. They're like, hey, if you want to set anything up with people you don't normally talk to, I'm like Grant Morrison. They're like, okay, we're gonna work on that for you. I'm like, terrific.
Wow, that's
okay,
cool.
Great. So, man, I reread him and Liam Sharp's 12 issues of Green Lantern. That is so good. Jesus, it's good. So yeah, if you need something to read, like looking for something else, pick up the 2 trades of the Green Lantern stuff. It's unbelievably good.
I've met Grant Morrison a few times, and he's super nice, super cordial.
Yeah,
a great guy. But for the life of me, I cannot understand some of his writing. There are some stories that I'm like, what the hell is this? And then there's other ones like I haven't read the Green Lantern one, but there's other stories that are like, this is insane. This is great. Oh my God, this is the best thing ever. But then there's some stories I'm like, what the hell is
There's a little bit of what the hell in his Green Lantern run. There's a lot of alternate universes, which are great. And he created a bunch of new lanterns. Like there's a lantern that has literally a volcano for a head.
Nice.
And his name is Volko. And it's an active volcano. And otherwise he's got a big torso and stuff. But he's got this volcano on his head.
Was he modeled after Angry Yoko Chips?
Yeah, exactly.
Was that a
But no, it's good. It's really good. Or like this alternate universe where like all the Justice League are lantern people. I missed it.
Cool.
I don't know what he was saying.
He said, he goes, real quiet, he goes, was he a mailbox?
Oh yeah, I agree with the Facebook person. Yeah, Morrison's JLA. Yeah, that's a great run. There's a lot of great stories there.
Well, there was when I was writing Finals Crisis, I think it was. Well, I was reading this, and I had all the books. I saved them up, and I'm reading them, and then I'm sitting in the afternoon, I read them all, and I'm like, man, this thing's so confusing. And my wife said, what's it about? And then I told her the whole story. And she went, that's an awesome story. And I said, you know what? I did understand it. So it was weird. As I'm reading it, I'm really confused. But to recall it, like, man, that was good. So I forget what it is now. It's been a while. That's probably the last DC thing I read. Besides when everyone died. Blackest Night.
One of my favorite stories ever is Tower of Babel.
Sure. Mark Waid.
It was we were at dinner. I think you were there, Johnny. I'm not sure because I think we were at Miller's Pub.
It's not dinner.
I remember it being Miller's Pub, and we went to dinner with Mark, and we were all talking about our favorite stories. And I piped up and I started talking about Tower of Babel and how much I love that story, and it's about Batman and how he has a contingency plan for everybody else in the league.
Yep.
And I'm going on, and Mark is sitting there with this big smile on his face. And I turn to him and I'm explaining the story to him, and I'm like, "Oh my God, you wrote that story!" And he goes, "Yes, I did." and then like that's the only time I ever turned and like kind of like was real sheepish in front of it, because you know me, I'm never.
You're never shy.
Just a guy. Yep.
Yeah, I'm never shy. But for some reason, when I was explaining his story to him, I just turned into like, oh, I'm an idiot.
After the Eisner Awards one night at Comic-Con, I'm talking to Dave Gibbons, and I couldn't help it. And I'm like, Dave, forgive me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the fact that, you know, we're friends and you're willing to talk to me. And he's like, basically, he didn't say it, but he's like, yeah, that's fine, John. Let's move on. You know, it's like, yeah, not a big deal, John. It's fine. Keep talking. Let's talk about other things other than you worshiping me. I'm like, yeah, okay, sorry, Dave. You know. So
that's funny.
He's the best. I love that guy. I mean, honestly, we had the best talk 2 months ago, and pre-lockdown, and so funny. And we talked. I made him talk about darts.
Darts.
I'm like, dude, I am fascinated watching British dart competitions. He's like, well, it's a great tradition. I must admit, not as much into it as you are, but that's lovely, John.
I like how he blew you off politely.
It's so great. That's why, man. Him and Walt Simonson. Jeez, John. Like jam me. I took a random picture of him signing at New York Comic Con one time, and I posted it on Facebook. He's like, "Nice out of focus picture of me, John." So I love Walter. He's amazing.
Oh man,
Stuff.
I think you mean Skoke. Skoke, are you getting a colonoscopy?
I could.
The jug.
I could.
Could we?
Do
Are
for
you
the show.
offering?
I don't
Could we
mind
live
showing.
stream it?
Are you
Okay,
putting
I'm
it with that
ready.
camera, Kathleen?
You can do it for the show.
Here you go. Here's my butthole. I don't mind showing.
I'm all
that's-
cleaned out.
I like Mark LaFerrier's three top writers: Mark Waid, Grant Morrison, Joe Kelly. My three top modern comic book writers. Yours? I like John Hickman. I like Brian Still Bendis. I like Pink, of course. Yeah, I don't know who else. I don't know a third. I guess Wade. I'd put Mark in there.
Ross.
I'd say Jeff is up there for me.
Johns.
Mark Waid.
Yeah,
Jeff
Jeff
Johns.
Johns.
Sure.
We go.
Jim Shooter, Secret Wars.
Well,
Yeah.
he meant modern. So I mean,
Oh,
you know.
it's not modern.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think so. No, I think Jim's more 80s, 90s.
I like Kirkman. Kirkman's good.
Robert's amazing.
Yeah. He's modern.
Any thoughts, Kathleen?
Yes, I like Warren Ellis. Is he modern? I don't know.
I would
I
say
also
so.
like Peter. Is Peter David modern? Whatever happened to him?
He's still around.
Peter David.
He got really sick just a couple years ago, and I think it slowed him down.
He was really into Rick Jones. That was one of his favorites. I guess when he started doing Captain Marvel, he took Rick Jones over into that comic.
Yep. Well, Rick Jones was in
Yeah.
way back. He was in Captain Marvel. He's the one who would swap places with Marvel in the
Yeah.
negative zone or whatever.
She's
That
a
was
very
after.
sexy girl. That guy? Oh, that's Rick
That's Rick
James.
James.
I'm sorry.
That would be great.
That was really. I was really confused.
She's a super freak. She's super freaky. Yeah.
Rick Jones, the teenage guy who was friends with the
Temptation
Hulk.
sing. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I swore and they kicked me off. See that?
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Is that what happened?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because you said
Yeah.
it's Rick James, and I said, "Bitch."
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, sorry.
Don't get kicked off again. Don't sleep in the subway, darling.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mm.
I like Rick Jones. He was wasn't he the key to the Kree Skull War?
He absolutely
that.
was the key to the Kree Skull War. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember that's when I jumped into comics when I discovered comics, and I never knew what that was, the Kree Skull War, but now I do. But at that time, I was like, man, I want to know what this is, and that's how I knew you could go back in time and read the old stuff.
Oh, Mario says Brian K. Vaughan, Jason Aaron, and Bendis. That's a good list.
Mm.
And Robert Thompson says Claremont, Wade, and the Simpsons. Oh, and the Simonson. Pardon me, not the Simpsons. The Simonson
Yeah,
back in the
Walt
day.
Simonson's awesome.
Oh,
Those
God,
are
yeah.
good comics.
Wow, I never read Rom, so I didn't know Rick Jones was Rom's sidekick.
Oh, was he?
I don't know. That's what Two
I don't
Shots says. I don't know.
I used to get random issues of Rom. Like I'd never read them in order. I was a kid, but I remember that.
Rom is
was cool.
real weird because you can't use Rom because he's licensed out, but all the
Hasbro
other things,
or whatever toy company.
yeah, but all the other things that were created in Rom the comic book you can't use because those are Marvels.
Right.
Yeah, Micronauts and everything, right?
When I was drawing him, they said
The Dire Wraiths are Marvel.
no, they're
Right.
part of Rom, but they can't be pink like they were. They look different. But the dire rates are Rom, but they said you can't use anything that came before, so just write something brand new. I'm like, oh, cool. So I was able to do whatever with them. But you
Can
can't.
you
You have
use-
to create new stuff.
Can you use the phrase Space Knights or no?
No, I can only call them.
Because Trump co-opted that. That's right, Space Knights.
Is it? They got
That's
Trump
what I got.
Space Knights now.
Space Knights. Yeah, I got
That's
I
good,
got
everyone.
Rob leading the Space Knights. It's gonna be beautiful. You're gonna love it. There's enough masks to go around with the Space Knights. It's gonna be fine.
Everybody could have a suit of armor. That'd be good. They should make Space Knights. Give them all backpacks.
I think IDW got the ROM license.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I worked on that about
Right.
3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about
And,
that.
and,
Oh yeah,
uh,
ROM.
When they asked me who I wanted, I said I want Rom. And they said, "What about G.I. Joe and Transformer?" Like, nah, just give me Rom.
Give me ROM.
Like, Well, you have to take them. Like, okay. So I said, I'll just take Optimus Prime and Snake Eyes, and I want Micronauts. And they're like, okay. But
That's hilarious.
they wanted me to do masks, those cars that change. I said, I'm
Oh,
not
that's
drawing cars.
hilarious.
I'm not drawing cars. Forget it. And so I didn't have to use the mask. But it was a weird conversation. Because I'm like, do you like Transformers? No, I don't want them. But we're offering you. No, I don't want them. I just want Rom.
That's so
Like,
funny.
Who else do you like? I said, I like a Kroyer from the Micronauts and Baron Karza. And they asked me, why do you want these characters? I said, because I played with the toys. I was a kid when the Micronaut toys. I never read the Micronaut. I read when they crossed over with X-Men. I read a few here and there, and I read a few ROM here and there. But I was never like, I never read the issues all in a row like I did with other books. And so I wanted the toys that I played with. So I told them on the phone or email, whatever it was, I told them that I want Rom to fight Baron Karam, and Rom's going to go with the Micronauts. Oh, yeah. So I told them all that I wanted Rom to shrink down and fight Baron Karza, or Karza to grow and fight Rom. And then they're like, all right, but you have to put these guys in there too. Like, oh, I didn't want them. So I don't want G.I. Joe. They were amazed that I didn't want G.I. Joe. Like, no, I'm not. You got Darth Vader. I'll take him. No, we don't have him. Sorry, forget it.
I like this Facebook users list. Jeff Lemire, who's amazing. Jonathan Hickman, Ed Brubaker. Honorable mentions for Christos Gage, Greek, and the great Alex DeCampi. I love her. She's a fantastic writer. She's a great writer. Never gets the credit that she's due.
Oh.
I like what Robert brought up, that Rick Jones was passed around by every superhero.
Oh yeah, everybody's got that.
Yeah.
I liked when in Steranko's Captain America 3 issues, and he was Bucky for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's where I remember him when I was a kid. I thought he was Bucky. And where did he first appear in the Hulk? Is that was his first appearance?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he was in Hulk issue 1, where he was the one who got saved.
Yeah.
How did he become a part of the Avengers and all that stuff? Like how did he become? They all knew him. They all liked him.
He had his group of ham radio friends known as the Teen Brigade.
Yeah.
And when the threat from Loki happened, he went on the ham radio to contact all the heroes to get them together to fight Loki. And so he contacted them all individually. It was Tony and Ant-Man and the Wasp and Thor and Iron Man.
So the Marvel...
No, I said Tony twice.
And then he got them all together in that cave, right? Oh no, that was Snapper Card. Never mind, with the Justice League.
Yeah, that's exactly. And DC's like, hey, we need a kid. All right, great. Snapper Card. Not quite Rick Jones.
So Rick Jones was first?
Oh yeah.
So you think DC or Marvel created Rick Jones to appeal to the teens, like Robin?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that was it.
Either that or he was just a story element, which he wandered onto the base, and Bruce had to get him out of the way of the bomb.
Right.
Sing the song,
Doctor. And then he just kept using him because he knew about the Hulk. He was good in the Hulk books.
Yeah.
I used to read those books from the library, the origin of Hulk. So I would read them, take them out, take them back 2 weeks later, and take them out again. So Rick Jones, I knew him from that, but I never knew why he was in Kree Skull War and all that. The Krees.
The Dire Straits attacked Rick Jones, the band Brothers in Arms.
Dire Straits.
Money for nothing. Exactly. Look at that young guy. That's the way you do it. Rom saved him, and then they started teaming up.
The Beyonder cured him, and then Rom got pissed that he left the Marvel Universe, never to return.
Yeah. I like when the Dire Rats crossed over with X-Men and tried to, I think they tried to get either Colossus or Wolverine's brain, and when they sucked onto his head, he broke it. I forgot how that happened. I think it was Colossus. They tried to get his brain, and he couldn't penetrate his orgasmic steel that he has. Or organic. Who wasn't orgasmic? Sorry, that was an actual mistake.
Yeah, organic.
Organic steel.
Couldn't penetrate it.
Couldn't penetrate his organic steel.
I like that they couldn't penetrate my steel brain.
Come on.
It was either Colossus or Wolverine. I think it was Colossus, because right when he saw the tongue coming, he changed up, whoom, and it bounced off his forehead. That was a cool book.
Skokie knows his podcast. Hey, John, have you listened to Gil Roth's Virtual Memories podcast? My dream crossover is between your pod and his. No, I don't know that show. Please describe it. I have no idea. Do you know that show, Skoke?
No, I have not heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gil Roth.
I don't know.
Is he a wrestler?
I don't know. I'm assuming not. Maybe he's in Gilbert, isn't it? Gil Roth?
Gilbert. Maybe that's Gilbert's last name.
Gil Roth.
Gilbert Roth. Gil Roth.
You know, when they asked Kareem Abdul-Jabbar what characters he wanted, he said Mycroft Holmes.
What did he say?
Mycroft Holmes, the brother of Sherlock Holmes.
That's right. That's not it. He's not writing that. You're insane.
I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's funny to someone.
Well, that was when I didn't believe Franco. Yeah, when Franco told me that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was writing a Sherlock Holmes book, I'm like, yeah, right. And then we looked it up, and it was true.
When we were kids,
he wrote a comic too.
Yes,
when
he did.
we were kids, we were reading.
Johnny interviewed him.
That's when I interviewed him when he did the graphic novel. That's right.
Oh yeah, Kareem. Yeah.
Kareem. Hi, Kareem. Welcome to the Love Boat. You will be staying in a cabin with Charo. I like it, Jabbar.
One coochie, two coochies. She wants us to wash her hands for 20 coochies.
April, listen, I'm wearing my high heels. Did you see when Gigantic Jeff put the video up of her talking about washing her hands?
Yeah.
And it was high. She even wrote, I'm wearing my high heels. That's how she said high heels.
My high heels.
My high heels. Come on. You have to get to the chopper. Come on, Arnold.
You need to put on your high heels. Come on.
Shut up. Charo, you drive me crazy. You've got the hot bod. But that voice, I want to put the bag over your face.
Come on, hurry up. We have to do the coochie-coo. Come on.
Come on.
You are going to, with your coochie-coo, you will pass the President's Council on Physical Fitness.
What are you doing? Come on.
Man. It's true.
Come on.
Oh, the Warren magazines. Yeah, 1984, 1994. There's the Internet Archive has a lot of interesting stuff on it. Print stuff and audio and video, and they have PDFs of all the Warren magazines. Creepy, Eerie.
Oh yeah.
1984, all those great magazines.
All those magazines describe you, Johnny.
It's true.
Yeah.
Warren, remember Warren? Yeah, it was Warren Publishing, right? Same guy.
Yeah, Jim Warren.
I met him way back in the 1993 or 94 when I was when I was doing Crybabies, and I showed him a copy of Crybabies. I gave him the copy, and he looked through it, and he told me, I really like this Captain Camel character.
Oh, cool.
He said, if you ever draw Captain Camel, I would love to publish this issue. And
wow,
at that time, no one ever told me they wanted to publish my stuff. So I freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I worked up a pitch for him, and I actually pitched him a Captain Camel thing, and I sent it to him with regular mail. Because there was no emails back then, but I never heard from the guy again. I never saw him again. But that was a cool moment. I was very excited in my early comic career too.
He was going to get Neil Adams to draw it.
Yeah.
last year, Fantagraphics released
vagina lips and everything.
Oh, what the?
Last year,
Joe Camel. Neil Adams. You remember the old cigarette ads with Joe Camel?
Oh yeah.
Those were Neil Adams, and they were all like sexually lewd, like innuendo stuff.
Well, plus, that camel face looked very penile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Neil Adams made that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I didn't know that Neil drew it. That's interesting.
I don't know if he drew it, but remember he had Continuity Studios way back when.
Yeah.
And Continuity Studios was before they did comics. They were an advertising agency.
Oh yeah, no, they even through comics. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that he made that.
Remember there was a commercial with a CGI bee for an allergy medicine called Nasonex.
Yeah.
That was Neil. Neil absolutely created that. When I first interviewed Neil, that was brand new. He's like, yeah, I got an account here for a pharmaceutical thing, Nasonex, and it's totally different from my style, but I'm very proud of it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
My
sister, became a big deal.
Nasonex.
But the Joe Camel looked like a male member, but his mouth looked like
a male member. A male member of what?
A female body part.
He was very organic too. Yeah.
I was going to say about Warren. Fantagraphics last year published this amazing biography of Jim Warren, and it was really sad because Bill Shelley was the writer, and he was a big historian of comics and was like part of the original fandom that grew up on 40s and 50s comics and stuff. And I didn't realize I had him on the show when he did a book about Otto Binder, the great Legion of Superheroes and Superman writer and Supergirl. A lot of Silver Age stuff came from Otto Binder, but he wrote this Jim Warren book, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get Bill back to talk about that. And he passed away while I was in Portland for Rose City with Bendis. I'm like, dude, I'm like, Bill Shelley died. I say, that sucks. He was great. So yeah, it was and honestly, the book ran out of print. I don't think you can get it anymore, and I don't know if Fantagraphics is planning on doing a second edition or not. But it's a tremendous biography, fascinating, very cool. Because Warren and Creepy were created to kind of circumvent the comics code,
right?
It was made in the late 50s or early 60s, and it was like, you can't do monster comics because of the code. And he's like, well, if I put them in a magazine, there's no code, so I'm going to do that.
Oh, that's true. You couldn't do monsters, right? Yeah, anything with blood or claws or teeth and stuff.
Yep. And he published Famous Monsters of Filmland too. Forrest Ackerman's great monster magazine. Really cool.
Here's our good friend of the show, Kevin Bixby, drew the Superman.
I like it.
While we're potting.
Oh, that's nice. Well done, sir.
That's good Superman.
Yep.
Make that guy.
I like him, yeah. I know his secret identity. The Kevin
Very
Bixby
cool.
Superman.
I'm
a fan of that. I'm a fan of the man, Kevin Bixby.
I bought that book for my mother-in-law and she got pissed. Why? Two Sheds.
Which book?
I'm assuming the Fantagraphics book about
Monster book?
Jim Warren. What the hell did you buy me?
I remember talking to him was real cool. Because I was like one of my early shows. I didn't know any of you guys yet. And but that was the first time I actually talked to a publisher who was interested in my comics. It's like you get acknowledgement, like, oh, I am doing something it does look like I could be professional,
Sure.
But it was cool to see. I remember how he looked, a little man with a white beard, white hair, but I never saw him again. I never talked to him again after that. I might have saw him, but I never talked to him again.
I guess Two Sheds bought the Kareem book for his mother-in-law, and she got pissed. I'm assuming that it didn't fit with her canon.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that she didn't like the way he wrote.
Like, what is this?
This isn't Sherlock.
Exactly.
Got all pissed.
Man, that fourth season of Sherlock, after 3 amazing seasons,
I didn't see it.
Not so hot. Not
is it
so
with
hot.
with the modern one?
Yeah, with Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman.
Oh, I was thinking that other one with the Charlie's Angel lady. I forgot her
Lucy
name.
Liu. Yeah,
Lucy Liu.
that's Elementary.
Oh, is that one good too?
I'm not as much of a fan because
I like
the whole backstory of that show, they were going to license the Sherlock concept with Cumberbatch, and a lot of other countries around the world did their version of that, and CBS was interested, and then they started having conflicts with the creator,
and then they're like,
they wanted,
screw it, we'll do our own thing.
Well, and then somebody's like, you do realize that Sherlock Holmes is public domain, and everything you want to do, we don't need this guy. We can just do our own thing. And they're like, never mind. And they created Elementary, and just the whole idea of Watson being a woman. Ooh, sexual tension.
It's diversity.
Ooh. It's like,
no, you know what? I like the series, and
I know a lot of people like the series.
There wasn't a lot of that sexual tension. They
Yeah.
go down that road. So
it just bugged me. The pilot really bugged me. And they really played up that he was obviously a recovering drug addict. And it's like, I don't know. Again, I think but
throughout the
Cumberbatch
seasons, they explained why. So I don't know. I liked it.
Hey man, no. And Johnny Lee Miller's a great actor, and also Aidan Quinn was Inspector Lestrade, and I saw Aidan Quinn and Liam Neeson at a boxing event at Madison Square Garden, and they were in the press room and stuff, just hanging out. And I'm like, man, cool that you guys are here. And like, oh, we're big boxing fans, huge boxing.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Boxing's cool too. I won't bring up boxing because we'll do. Everyone will be.
It's gonna break my heart because there's no boxing.
To me.
Yeah,
All these great
did you
fights.
Did you see that last guy, Babyface?
Yeah.
Oh, he was
big
getting built
baby.
up. Yeah,
Jamal
getting
Miller.
built up. No, not Jamal Miller. Konowski.
Oh, I did see. Yes, I
He was
did.
getting built up so much he was going to be 20-0, and then he got flattened. Like
Yes, he did. I saw that.
The air out of the balloon, and then he's done. He's like, he was too confident. He went in there thinking, I'm going to knock him out again. And then like, he didn't. I was watching that fight and saying, raise your arms, raise your arms. Oh, don't get too flashy. Stop punching. Oh, there it is.
Well, that's the thing. The guy he was fighting was taller than him, had a better reach.
Right.
And he
stronger, faster.
Yep. No, I agree.
And the guy who beat him is nothing. Like,
right.
He's no ways Anthony Joshua's going to have a hard time with him.
No, he's a journeyman.
He's a journeyman. He might have to figure him out for 3 rounds, but he'll just figure it out.
Well, we'll see if he's actually the opponent once we get out of the lockdown because
right.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. But no, that's the beauty of boxing, man. That's Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson. Nobody sees it coming. And Ruiz and Joshua.
What they call him, the Nordic Nightmare? The guy, I don't even know the guy's name.
That's hilarious.
His tag name is the Nordic Nightmare. And he's in the top 10 contenders. So he's going to fight. I think he could either go against Joshua or whoever Tyson Fury Wilder 3 happens. But he'll probably fight Joshua, and Joshua will flatten that guy.
Probably.
But I was hoping for Babyface, man. I like that guy, but he got messed up.
Yeah, but again, I mean, he was a big puncher, but he short arms and not, I don't know.
He was too much like Butterbean. He was going that way where
kind of doughy.
He got too confident. He believed his own hype, and then that's it. He let a guy beat him up.
But you're right. Like they hyped him up. They were showing him in his Brooklyn neighborhood and how important he was to the community and all that. I know you're going to fall asleep, Francis. I apologize.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm excited about it.
Real fast. Again, the problem with the heavyweight division right now, there are 5 good fighters, and everybody underneath are literally 2 cuts below the top 5 contenders.
The fight we want to see is after this Deontay Fury 2 or 3. We want to see Fury fight Joshua,
right?
And that's what everyone wants. And then I want Fury to unify all of it. Either one, even if Joshua wins, it would be amazing to see Fury lose.
Yeah,
it would be. But he has to lose, like not a decision. You got to knock out. I think
Fury beats Joshua right now.
Yeah, me too. Fury's crazy.
Well, he's just so skilled. And even Joshua, as good as he is, he learned boxing too late in his career.
Right.
And so he's got to think about every punch. And Ruiz and Fury have been fighting since they were little kids.
Yeah.
So they know how to, when they're in trouble, they know how to pull themselves out. And that's the problem with Wilder, and that's the problem with Joshua.
Ruiz might come back, or he's just going to.
I think he's going to come back. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he's got a lot of talent.
It'd be cool to see Ruiz and Fury just because of the height difference. 6'9" versus 5'10".
I'm gonna have to cut this up and put it on the Big Bout podcast.
That'd be fun.
Welcome to the Big Bout podcast.
Yeah. Fury, 6'9", 270 pounds, and you got to fight that guy. Yeah, anyone over 200 pounds is heavyweight. You're gonna fight a guy 270 pounds.
I just want to point out that these 5 minutes of boxing have absolutely stopped the chat.
Yeah. That's what I was afraid.
I appreciate it, Artie. You know I'm ready to talk boxing.
I was like,
boxing and Star Trek.
I don't want to bring it up, but I'm like, hell with it. I'm gonna, man. You're the only one I talk to. Like,
I know, buddy.
Why don't you guys get another podcast, all right?
Well, it's like, I know, it's like you guys with wrestling, but seriously, like after a big pay-per-view, I literally every Sunday afternoon, after the night after a fight, I'm like, did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's cool.
I can count on one hand all my boxing friends as far as like friends who live near me.
I could count on like 1.5 fingers.
I know, man. Well, hey, man, now that I don't work at BBM anymore, when the lockdown's over, I'll come over and watch boxing with you, sir.
That's right.
I couldn't do it for so long.
I took a boxing class one time. It was supposed to be an 8-week class, but I only made it through the first one. because what happened was I was
Somebody hit you? That
well.
would stop me.
It was all guys, but there was one woman in the class, and they paired everybody off, and I was with her, and we were supposed to box each other. And it was funny because it was like she kept trying to have a conversation with me as we're doing this, and she was from Russia originally, I learned, and she's going, so where are you from? And she's going like this, and she's hitting me in the face. And every time she'd hit me, she'd go, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hit me. So there was that. And then they had us go do leapfrog around the room with everybody, you know? And I went and did that. I was exhausted after that. And then they had us fight the bag. So I'm punching the bag. And somehow I twisted my ankle punching the bag, and I went down. And my ankle swelled up, got real big, and that was the last time I ever went to that boxing class.
So you lost against the bag. The bag knocked you out.
The bag.
Ding,
That was
ding.
it. I was defeated.
Hello, Skunk. Would you like to go on a date while I punch you in the face?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was real weird. It was like she's I don't know. It was like she was like flirting as she's hitting me in the
Do
face.
you like spaghetti?
Was
Do
she
you like?
good at least?
We can get the Merlot if you like.
Yeah. Oh, that.
You like
that
jazz
was
music?
great. Yeah.
So do you
love
like
jazz.
boxing?
That's right. So
You like boxing? Oh, ow, yes. Oh, punch. Ow.
Would you
Another-
like to go back to my place?
Yeah. I'd love to. Thanks. Good.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Another thing I did only once was cheerleading. Yeah, that was
did
another.
you have
one.
the greatest job in cheerleading where your hand is under the lady's butt and you're holding the lady up? That's like
As
the
a
greatest.
matter of fact,
Everyone makes fun of the cheerleaders except for that guy, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, never mind.
He's here on time.
Break.
He's
I
here on
was that
time
guy.
every day.
You
Yeah.
you were that guy.
well, they
Tell me.
had what it was is I was in college. It was Bradley
It
University.
just wasn't randomly in the park or anything like that. You just kinda showed up.
It's just a group of people cheerleading in the park. Skunk is like, oh, I'm gonna go there.
Hey guys, I want to play. It was
I don't mind.
it was cheerleading tryouts they were having, and I was on my way to the weight room to do that, and two of the cheerleaders came out and they're like, hey, do you want to come try out to be a cheerleader? I'm like, no, absolutely not. And they're like, come on, please, we really need guys to do this. And I'm like,
What the hell's the matter with you? You girls are asking you to cheerlead.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be a cheerleader. I just didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. I get you.
But I did. I went in this room and they explained to me what I'd be doing. They're like, okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift her up in the air. It's gonna go like this. You're gonna go 1, 2, down, up,
Uh-oh.
and she's gonna sit on your hand.
Yes, she is.
So it's gonna be like you're gonna be holding her like this, like up in
Exactly.
the air. So I'm like, all right, sounds good. Yeah, no problem. So we get ready to do this. And all right, here we go. Ready?
Demonstrate with
1,
a Goblin
2.
pillow.
Wait,
Yeah, there you go. Why? That's a very nice position to be in. I like it.
Oh yes. Where's that thumb going? So we get ready to do this. They go, all right, here we go. 1, 2, down. I slipped and hit the floor, and I pushed up, and she came down on top of me.
Yay.
So we both ended up on the floor. And I don't know why, but they didn't call me back for a second round.
That was the day that he met Mrs. Campobosa.
Yeah.
Future Mrs.
The
Campobosa.
Russian girl
Yeah,
showed up and
come in
said,
here for-
hey, what happened to boxing class?
Get your hand away from her butt.
That's my man. Right.
That's my punching bag.
Don't sit on him.
Come on. Put your hand underneath her butt. She has
I'm
to
trying,
sit on there.
Arnold. I'm trying. I can't.
We got spirit. How about you?
I wouldn't have wanted to do that. And with the cone,
The cone.
that's
The
not my
megaphone.
thing.
That's
And
awesome.
those guys are huge. Like those cheerleaders, those guys are huge. Look at me. You can see on the screen. Do I look like that?
You do
That's
to me,
hilarious.
Stoke.
Yeah.
I think that was a missed opportunity, sir.
Yeah.
To provide a chair for many cheerleaders' butts. I think you blew it.
Oh, I definitely blew it.
You could have been a chair guy and a sock guy. Chair. Yeah.
Exactly. We got Spirit. How about you?
And he never went to the weight room again.
It was embarrassing.
What school was it again, Skoke?
Bradley.
Oh,
and,
that's right. In beautiful Peoria. Absolutely.
Peoria, Illinois. That's
Indeed.
right. Shout
Missouri
out to-
Valley Conference
That's
in
right.
basketball.
Which you know well, being from
Like I said,
SIU.
you guys
I don't know.
you guys
ISU.
beat the hell out of us all during my years. We had Dick Versace, Dick Versace, we used to call him.
Ill.
He was funny. He was a character.
Versace.
And then when he was the big Bradley coach, and then in the 90s he was a college basketball analyst, and he would come on our sports station, and I'm like, oh, coach, I was at Illinois State. He goes, hey, yeah, we kicked your ass every.
So he knew.
No, it's still that's what I love about the college guys, man. It's like Mets and Yankees or Cubs and Sox. It's like, yeah, we hate you. It's like, all right,
Yeah. There's one or the other. You can't have both.
right.
I used to work for the women's basketball team at Bradley. I would film them.
That's cool.
I would
Fun.
film the games. Yes, I would be up in the bleachers, and every time there was a home game, just so they could watch the tape later.
Nice.
And all
That's
the
cool.
cheerleaders were mumbling, that's the guy that dropped me up there.
That's the guy that dropped me. Yeah.
Remember the Futurama where they're on the planet of all women, and I forget the joke, but they're like, about women's basketball, and it's like, yeah, men don't like it because you guys don't dunk. And B. Arthur was the femme computer, and she's like, did you tell them how good we were with our fundamentals when it came to our basketball? It's like, yeah, they didn't care.
She said,
All right,
watch out for his thumbs.
Yeah.
I come on the show, Channel
Absolutely.
Sister.
You're on right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You're on the
What
air.
do you got for us, man?
Who is it?
Channel Siscart.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What are you going to hack through, man? What are you going to do?
I think he wants an invite.
Hack.
I think you're too late because I think we're about to leave.
Are we done? Are we winding down?
I think
That's
so. We've
fair.
been on here for 5 hours.
Has it really been that long? Did I miss that much? Seriously?
2:31. 2:31:22.
We potted for like an hour and a half before you came up.
You did not.
We did. We didn't record it, but we did.
Oh, you guys
Talking
are just
for
talking?
about 40 minutes. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry about that, guys. I apologize.
All right.
I really thought I was like, all right, I'll probably just nod off for like an hour.
Yeah, you need to catch up.
3 hours later. Dude, I swear, I'm sure things will normalize now that I'm not doing overnight radio anymore. But honestly, for like the last 2 weeks, 4 a.m, hey, how you doing? And like up for like until at least noon, if not later. And then like mid-afternoon nap. It's just all over the place.
I know it's weird when you don't have to set your alarm clock for anything. That's the trouble.
That's starting to happen to me.
Yeah,
Like,
my kids
my
are
hours are starting to flip.
Yeah, my kids are starting asking me what day it is. Dad, is today Friday? Like, I don't know. And I have to. The calendar you look at the calendar. You're like, nope. I just still don't have an answer. You got to look at your phone.
I would yell at them. You got an iPhone? Look at it.
I forgot to buy a wall calendar, so I literally just bought a DC calendar. And I think it came this afternoon when I was interviewing Julie because the apartment buzzer went off while we were talking. I'm like, oh, shit.
I like it.
It's good. It's good. Look.
I like the part
I think
where
Skogan's going to play us off with a song.
Oh, song.
That's a good
I
idea.
happen to have a guitar in my hand.
Oh, I just happen to have a. I play it like this.
Yeah.
What do you got? What are you going to say? What do you play?
I'm going to see if I can remember. There's a song from one of the Muppet movies where they're all parting ways and they're all
Moving right along.
saying goodbye to each other. They're all moving right along and saying goodbye to each other. Let's
Those
see.
are the two songs I remember: "Rainbow Connection" and "Moving Right Along." Those are the only ones.
It's so sad though. It's such a sad song, but it goes like this. Saying goodbye, going away. It seems like goodbye, such a hard thing to say. Touching a hand, wondering why. It's time for saying goodbye. So you get the idea.
That's pretty.
I like it. That's beautiful. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So,
I like it.
yes.
You got to do the Kermit.
Boy, what a time for my hearing aid to start to work.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers.
Paul Williams. Hey, man, I wrote that song. Yeah, man.
I like that. That was good.
It's Paul
Williams
Williams,
was
right?
excellent.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, man.
Oh.
He was vastly underrated as a songwriter. He's the president of the Songwriters Union,
Oh, wow.
or was for a long time. And yeah, I mean, good Lord, all the Carpenters hits he did, and a bunch of different artists and stuff for
Long ago.
Exactly. I don't think he wrote that one.
So far away.
I don't think he wrote Superstar.
Wasn't he in Phantom of the Park with Kiss? Wasn't that?
No, it was a kind of a Phantom of the Opera story.
Phantom of the Paradise.
Phantom of the Paradise, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And he played the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was very good. He was good. Hey, man. And of
Hey,
course,
man.
he's in Smokey and the Bandits 1 and 2.
It's
Planet of the
just
Apes.
Little
Yeah.
Enos. Little Enos.
Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, Virgil. Yes. Suppose a man in London were to start a concert. And he explains the time travel thing to him.
I dissect.
That's, by the way, that's what we need to watch for our next movie. We need to watch another one of the ape movies. We should either watch Escape or Conquest would be a good one with everyone with the totalitarian thing and the way it ends so violently and everything.
I like
I-
that.
Oh, there you go. Very good, Cornelius.
You got to move it into the light a little bit more. We can't see it.
When MeTV at 4 a.m. Sunday morning, our time, Chicago time, they run Planet of the Apes TV shows, and the guy Sarek, Mark Leonard plays the general, and they've got a Zayas, but it's clearly not Maurice Evans. Monkey love happening.
Ooh. Oh no, that's
Exactly.
That's not the right song for that.
I've always known about Cleveland Steamers.
Well, thanks for coming out. Things are starting to get a little out of hand.
Exactly, man. A little monkey love.
The monkey
With
love.
I like Gilbert smiling as he's watching the movie.
He's like, hey!
Hey,
Oh,
this is terrific. What porn channel is this?
Is that your finger?
No,
that's no finger.
that's my thumb.
Monkey love. Hardcore monkey love.
Oh, man.
The lovers, the dreamers, and Kathleen, as Touchette said.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
The lovers, the
Too many banana daiquiris.
Yes!
Someday we'll find it. The rainbow connection, Anakin. The lovers, dreamers, and Kathleen.
The dreamers and Kathleen.
Yeah.
Now there's more light. Look at that.
Oh, man.
I've
Lovers,
always known.
the dreamers and Kathleen.
It hurts.
All right, we can wrap up. Thanks for
Say
coming
good
out.
night, folks. Say I
Good
like it.
chat. Good live chat. Very nice. Don't forget, Monday night, we will watch Star Trek, the motion picture. I have a bad feeling that it's just going to be me, Franco, and Skoke watching it, but I'm okay with that. Maybe Zayas will join us.
It's going to be tremendous. You're going to love it.
You're gonna like it.
It's
Gonna be good.
excellent.
So we're going to
Space
try and do
Nights.
it Monday, like around 7 or 8 o'clock.
That works for me.
But you can always catch it on the YouTubes and stuff. So
Yes,
Rad.
absolutely. And
Yeah,
hey,
bye.
man, everyone's rewatching. It's honestly, thank you very much beyond watching us live. We're getting nice plays again on YouTube and both the Oh Yeah YouTube channel and the Word Balloon YouTube channel.
Yeah,
it's true.
we got some subscribers.
Yep,
We've been going up a few
absolutely.
times. Yeah, it's good
So,
stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody who joined us tonight.
I like Space Nights very much, Lois.
I like
Mhm.
Kathleen. Thank you.
I like green very much, Lois.
I like Skoke very much, Lois.
Yes. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Follow us on Pink.
Do it, Artie.
I
I'm
like
glad you
cheerleading.
found us today. Follow us on all our streaming platforms and all that stuff online. You guys are awesome. See you
I'll
next
do the
time.
Grandy with Beverly Hillbillies.
Okay, bye-bye. Woohoo!
That was good. I like that. That's good.
Still going. I just want to